be one of those days. This is Counter-Strike at its finest! Dickies Arena! Let them feel that Texas heat!
All right, Connor, now come on and cast. Let's get this grand finals going. We've got NAVI and Vitality. It's a rematch, and NAVI are back for blood. The first test is to Mikaze. As brought up on the desk, he has to pass this. Guarding outside, going 1 for 1. Might be enough. Lots of information, but instantly Flamesy appears. Bit of a reset on the situation. They now can't see the cross, and Flamesy's making some noise outside. Pit walks into this, but he's fine.
So clean.
Oh, he's so fine.
So clean. Clinical. Triple tap out of that one. Flamesy, what recovery can you make? I'd bet absolutely nothing. Minute on the clock, bomb on the opposite side of the map here, Mohan. That is the kind of clinical precision that we're going to need from somebody out of NAVI out the get-go. Like Maui Snake said, even when it's Blade, maybe taking timeouts a little too late. Whatever it needs to be, it's got to start well for NAVI tonight.
Yep. I was looking back at this core. Ooh, okay, Flamesy. Wait a second. He's got that second headshot.
Meant to be impossible. 2 players on top of that bomb had possession. He catches them in transition. He teased them with the feet on the ladder.
This is interesting. Actually, Alexi's got a smoke to work with. Flamesy has 11 HP, but we're talking about a pistol round. P250 comes out.
I mean, he's stomping.
One
right?
headshot makes a difference. Let's see if he clears this. No, Alexi's got it. Wow, that was close. Very nice round out of Bit, obviously. And looking back on this core, playing against Vitality, the one guy they can rely on, at least in the last 12 months, wonderful. Overall, his stats versus Vitality, just like everyone else, is the team he struggles with against the most. But everyone on NAVI, he's still got like a 1.10 in the last 12 months. He's still actually doing quite well. But because Mikaze doesn't have Ancient, because Bit really does struggle versus this roster, the core is under question, and that's why they can't take maps versus this team. So here's a good start to try to change that.
Even with the surprise peek, will catch Apex. That's all that was outside for Vitality as well.
This is crazy. They come in with no kits after winning the first round.
Puts pressure on the other members of Vitality to try to hit this ramp instead, and we'll see Bit at bat once more. Goes for the Famas peak, dropped by the Tech-9. They swarm from both ends of this, and Ima's gonna run a bit of a risk by trying to stick to the duel. Only 1 kill between the 2 Famases, but there's this third piece that clearly Vitality won't know about, and Alexi B corner hold goes uncleared. Easy cleanup from him, and a very critical multi-frag finally out of one of these NAVI members, but you put ZywOo in a clutch. Flamesy may have come 1 kill short, but this is a ZywOo with an even weapon and 45 seconds to still figure this out.
What a move. He's actually pushed out the decon. This is genius. He knows that.
Stomping.
Oh, he's
ready!
Oh, wonderful. Comes back. Yeah, he was running the entire way. My goodness, if he got up the ladder, it would have been a whole different story. 2 kills without taking any damage. Luckily, this doesn't come to a bomb plant situation. Vitality do an excellent job of trading all the way down to lower, and Maui brought it up. They've been struggling on trades at this event. Something to keep an eye on. And also, though, on the other side, while Navi's stats look great, they beat FaZe twice. They get Ancient in every single match. And that's a huge map for them to kind of buff their stats versus everybody. They won't have that today versus Vitality.
Couple skinnier teeth 1v1s on the board, but it's rounds regardless. Another round with no kit. How close these things have come. It's going to be a tough go of it if a retake's needed.
Counting on Vitality to not get you into a post-plant situation is pretty wild. But they did play active positions last round to make sure they could trade early instead of the chance that they could cross secret, no one sees them, or they could go in for a fast upper pop without someone pushing for info.
Little deagle will catch you off. Mikaze dropped at a 1-3 scoreline for the start of Nuke. And Bit goes for a fresh position. We saw last round when he stuck around for that fight, there's a bit of confidence from him, and you can understand with how clean those pistol kills were. Instead, it's a one and done this time yet again, so Ramp serving up problems for Navi. Duel for ZywOo found easily, and Alexi's return back onto Rob still keeps this interesting, but we've got pressure down into the B site. Ema, at a distance, is able to get off of the back of that site, and still options open for Vitality clearly as they head elsewhere. What if Alexi cuts off the second side of this, though? He found Rops, he'll find Flamesy, but Flamesy survives the duel, distracts him, and tries to buy time.
And they're taking upper at the same time.
Mezzi hands busy with the plant. Here comes the assist, that's both CTs confirmed, and ZywOo has gotten himself back around towards Hell as Mezzi tucks in behind the vent. This angle's gonna catch off Alexi. Falls to Bit, or Ema, for the 1v2. And in anticipation of a ZywOo peek, he tries to get him to go, tries to get him to bite, knowing Mezzi's stuck here. Now he's just gotta react. Another 1 versus 1.
They have no kits again, man. How's he gonna do this? He's gotta tap, get the peek out. Look at the full defuse.
That's exactly how he's gonna do it. Another clutch comes up Navi.
Oh, he wasn't gonna get another peek. There was not gonna be another chance for him. Look how close that bomb is.
Over ZywOo.
Yeah.
Third consecutive nail biter, third consecutive 1v1. Navi winning each and every one of them so far.
And even a 1v2 this time for Ema. It's well done. For Navi, doesn't matter that it's close rounds, that it's clutches. In a series like this, even if Vitality beat them so consistently, they can play close. Apex said in his interview with HLTV, you know, he's never comfortable versus Navi, no matter how it looks on paper, no matter how many wins they get versus this team, and I can understand why. Navi have Blade behind them. They have this whole team playing together, improving year over year. They are the second best team right now, even though it feels like there's still this cavernous depth between 1 and 2.
When you say that, I like to put the emphasis on team, right? Because that's where the evolution also exists.
Oh, we're not picking together. We don't play the run to win, guys. Let's fucking play the run to win.
Play the rounds to win. Well, 0 for 3.
I think Vitality coming into this game, they're kind of exhausted. Oh, they've got to beat Navi again. For Navi, they're angry, but they're energized. They're excited for this opportunity. Energy's a little bit different.
Wonderful fighting. Mezzi in the middle of that one as everybody outside for Vitality falters. A Wonderful comes up with a second kill. Him and Ema a double apiece.
Well, they have been absolutely eviscerated. This one's not coming close. The money might actually get into a good position here for Navi. Now, Rops knows of all these 3 rounds that just happened, every kill actually still matters. And he'd be the guy I picked to find those kills. Just get a couple of 1v1s before the round's over.
Little fake drop. Leave it to Rops to still play tricks in this 1v5. And he gets vision. That's what he's looking for. He'll catch him off, but plenty of players to peek him right after. So singular kill Rops in the 1v5. Blade has to respect it.
Wow, he's smiling.
Oh, 4-0 start will do that to a man.
Yeah, you got to be proud. Like, individuals come through, and that's the only question for Blade is, do I have the individuals to take down a team like Vitality? Obviously, he's very confident about his own tactics and his own strategy. And Alexi's calling has obviously been fantastic. That's not a question. But can he stand to ZywOo, Drops, Flamesy? I mean, you just go down the list. Half by investment, we might have a show on our hands.
Kaze with his hands full in a moment, has to dodge a teammate's flash. Tech9 pops right after. It's a little delayed for the trade attempt, but Flamesy still gets it instantly. Won't be able to put that M4 to use as Bit once more has his hands full in a moment. Just doesn't know it yet. Tries to go for the reposition as they will encroach on his ramp again.
Oh.
And he just gets dropped.
It's crazy because he's been choosing to fight. He hasn't been dropping down instantly, but Wonderful comes in, cleanup crew.
Nicely done. Another multi-frag for Wonderful. Rops again trying to get away with some antics, but he's been found out, and Wonderful is just going to give him space to play his own game because that support comes down from the B-bomb site.
So fearsome on the trades. I mean, he's even Mikaze in front of Mini with that smoke gap on the cross, and he knows that they're going to try to wrap Mini, and if they don't, maybe it's a squeaky hit, but I'm ready for this one angle. They still get that kill. And I don't mind Bit playing like this as long as they've got that connection between him and Wonderful. He could fast rotate over, but obviously the plan is for him to get a lot more, stay alive a little longer. High impact out of Ime. Apex yet to damage anybody yet.
Looking for a faster challenge into that A site. It's early HUD position for Vitality. Mikaze burned off from behind the red box, has to make a move as Apex looks to lurk around this. Can he find some kind of pathing that works out? It's Saiwu dead first. As Alexi, top pillar, is able to find himself a double. Flamesy has gone unnoticed, so the recovery's underway. Apex found, single kills his. 1v3 attempt for Flamesy. We haven't seen a single clutch posted for Vitality despite more than one attempt. And at least this time he comes off the plant. A beautiful 1v2 yesterday, and this time not a single kill in this attempt. It is 6-0 NAVI.
They are absolutely running through this map now. That's beautiful with 3 players alive here for NAVI. They don't fall for that lurk outside. I mean, Apex gets the kill, but Mikaze makes sure to keep tabs on it. And right here, I think Alexi gets the bomb drop, so they immediately know that it's this upper hit. Where did Apex even get his first kill?
I think he got it deep outside.
Yeah, okay, it wasn't inside of Mini yet.
Actually looks like the squeaky player in the back of the head.
Okay, so he did peek in and then lurk back through the smokes.
Trying to deal with Mikaze, who still remained outside. Wonderful's off on the prowl outer.
Well, this is as good as it gets for NAVI. Just keep going, honestly. It's got to be the advice.
Until Vitality can prove that they've shown up to play today.
Well, the form that NAVI have shown us, they won't get away with playing their B+ game.
Well, Smokes goes uninterrupted. Mikaze just lingering around here. Starting to go for the cross, one makes it. Apex stomps his way over, not trying to hide it to anybody inside that garage. But Alexi with a new position, and I mean, his fresh positions have worked out perfectly in this A site. It gets a little bit awkward. We go 1-for-1 outside, and that, unfortunately for Alexi, is gonna be him empty-handed. Emes still hangs on to main, and we've got Bit active outside to help him out with that. He's able to turn back to Squeaky. Another clutch attempt coming forward. Mezzi to 57. Bomb in his possession, and still ample time. Oh, it's clean.
And he's ready for a second peek.
Can he finally put one on the board? A much-needed clutch for Vitality. Oh, it's denied yet again. Every single one of these has come up NAVI.
Have you ever seen Blade celebrating before a map is over? Another clutch for NAVI. Oh, he is amped up at the moment. I mean, all the positions they played the trade, I was worried a bit for Alexi B when he pushed inside a Squeak. You're looking at Robs on an angle like that, and you shoot before you kill him. You think for sure he's gonna die, but they have another player right behind him. They're doing a great job of keeping an inventory of everybody outside. It hasn't been a total shutdown. Again, lots of very close situations. Just every clutch is NAVI. And oh my goodness, it's a one tap. I mean, you got to give it to Wonderful again. He is the guy to rely on. I think if this is going to be some kind of upset in this series, he's shown us some of his best stuff in the last 6 months. absolutely the best player they have versus Vitality.
Found out. Flamesy denied. That's the one gun as well Vitality bought up into this round. And it finds itself on the dirt in an instant. Wonderful's got that gap. Easy pick off for Apex. And things continue to go bad to worse. We've got Vitality totally trounced outside of the bomb site.
Yeah, they brought these half buys close before, but the start.
Deep CT
Maybe they want to take it to bid again. They've been doing a good job of finding a way to trade them out.
That's fair.
But everything's obvious now. Everything's failed.
If they found any openings, it's that slight gap towards ramp, but still not even pressing their luck to try to grab that rifle. Smoked away from it. Bit still awaits his challenge. And he's doing this with no assistance nearby. This has been a familiar scene for Bit.
Clearly the big part of the game plan is him just not abandoning ramp. Like, he's always going to be fighting a little bit for information. Let's see if he actually falls back this time.
Dodges flashes. Oh, Saiwu looks like he just ate one. Kind of delays the drop in. Bit will take for 98 damage. Puts fire in front, and Emet meant to support will get away with the double kill.
It's just fine for now.
This is going to have to be an ace. Mezzi gets the 2 kills, M4 for his efforts. And now he's being toyed with. So 15 seconds on that clock.
You're not getting this bomb planted, surely.
Oof, they give him a kill, and still 5 seconds to spare. He's trying to figure out their positions. And it seems like he's reading this. Now he's got confirmation on both of them, but they toy with him once more. And the frag grenade bounced off the back wall, leads Wonderful to another closing frag. His 8th of this map. Navi's 8th round win as well.
And they've quietly built up a bank account. Even though there are all these clutches, look at the amount of money they have to work with. I mean, Wonderful's on 9K after buying his op. Taking advantage of these smoke breaks outside. And even though Bit's having some trouble getting those multis and really like fighting back against ramp, the rotations are always so good so far. Been referenced before, but if you want to play against Vitality, you can't just respect all the space they want. You have to take some risks.
Feels like their opposition collectively has been learning that and working with it. And trying to mold themselves into what are Vitality's weaknesses, if you can call them that. This map so far features 7 of the 8 opening kills all the way of Navi. 4 out of the 4 1vx situations all the way of Navi. You couldn't ask for more to be going your way at the moment. And as you jump up on top of the garage, you've got Makaze with the 1 and done. Imez traits clean, but you've got still this top silo player in Flamesy. And so kills equaled out to the 3v3 we go.
They have to get the bomb back. They would have loved to turn that into an idea right away. We've already got to push for space. Bombs got collected. It's got to reroute. And Bit makes that pre-move into lower.
It's also got to do it quietly, right? Not wanting to give info away to these A players, so this op just lurking on its line. There's a world where Apex crosses over dry. All 3 Ts now grouping up, but how aware, not safe enough. Flamesy toppled by the 1 shot of Wonderful.
He's been a stick. Every single time he sets up to a position, he gets a shot.
Apex collects. That's an open bomb site suddenly. Nobody up in heaven to stop this. It's a double inside of main. Can you anticipate this move from Navi at this time as well? Backsite and Apex dead.
Props doesn't know he's been spotted.
Unfortunate for him. He thinks he's got the element of surprise. In reality, it's full attention on this hut exit. Little Hail Mary jump forces it forward. Bit so prepared to stomp him out. Another post-plant situation that goes Navi. We are on the brink of a flawless half against Vitality.
Almost every round coming down to 1 or 2 players. They've had one very clean round. Apart from that, there have been decent trades, but overall, full control for Navi. Lots of opening duels won. Very good in the mid rounds. And no one's failing. Like, there's never been a moment like, ooh, that was a really bad mistake. Here's Vitality get 2 kills back where, you know, maybe Bits had some pressure on him and he couldn't deliver everything. But again, rotations have taken care of it. Insane. How many times have Vitality started 0-9 down? Okay, 72-1. And Vitality weren't included in the 1. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Apex gonna be tilted about that.
It's Apex still sitting on 2 frags this map. Kamikaze believes there's somebody else behind this, and ZywOo's gonna take that chance to challenge lower. Big commitment here from Emet, and ZywOo looks to clear it, will find it, but loses the duel.
Man, he doubted himself for a second, didn't full clear. Kamikaze gets a kill as well. 2 on 5 now.
ZywOo and self-doubt don't usually go hand in hand, but that is one of those moments where he's ever so slightly off his game and gets punished for it. On the brink of double digits are NAVI. Alexi misses the timing on that hut walkout, but still, luckily for him, Vitality don't fully emerge. Beautiful shot out of Mezzi into the rafters, bit wrecked, and Rops to redirect at 35 seconds.
An excellent late round duo. 2 on 4, enough time. An interesting smoke, actually.
An additional smoke as well for them to work with. We'll see if they have to mask anything inside of the site. For now, Wonderful just plays his line.
Damn.
Collects Mezzi on the challenge over the boxes, goes for the jump spot to just confirm that Rops is also here. And now they know damn well he is locked in with this. Alexi's gonna get active in the advantage that is a 4v1, and it is 10 consecutive rounds over Vitality.
That's just pure magic from NAVI.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I mean, I can't. When's the last time they started 10-0 down? And lost every clutch. Vitality have only lost 2 out of their 15 best of 5 grand finals. And they don't even lose maps to NAVI normally.
Not since 2024. To give them credit, they've gotten close. A couple of 13-11s in this head-to-head, but
they're real close now. Oh man, that's ZywOo going down raw here to Kamikaze.
so close you could almost call it. Bit now starting to thrive as well, gets active and moves more forward than
There's that
on the
rotation.
ramp. Wonderful bolstered that setup, so Apex running into it just gets clotheslined yet again.
He's always there to assist, right on time.
Rob's waiting for that additional layer, but thing is, Wonderful's usually that player. Sitting on these ramp doors alongside Emes, shoulder to shoulder, a 54 health 1v4 called forth by Robs.
He knows Wonderful's still here.
25 HP to work with, a missed op shot could have spelled disaster. Instead, it getting hit damn near spells perfection. A single round from a clean sweep of a CT side.
When's the last time they started 11-0 down?
I couldn't tell you.
Have they ever started 12-0 down?
I would say never on a stage, and most certainly never in a grand finals.
The chants are evolving.
Did you catch that one? Hey, Apex, it's all your fault.
That's crazy. Man, I actually feel bad because Apex at this event has shown some of his best gameplay as an individual too.
Right.
He was doing so well, covering a lot of gaps. Where people were failing to trade, he was actually the one to be getting them.
This point in the CT side, you can just see Navi's confidence starting to boil over. That more aggressive move from Bit last round, him and Wonderful both pressing into the duel towards Trophy.
12-0 potential start. What's the call to make sure that this isn't just a clean sweep of the half? And ZywOo wins his versus Kamikaze. 4v5 now for NAVI.
Utility out through Squeaky as a player still remains above Alexi.
Kind of baiting for him. Oh, he gets one.
Almost lined up that cross, but you've also got FlameZ pressing deep into hell. Trade potential denied. And now we start to see some of that multi-kill potential out of Vitality. They may have been blindsided by Navi's rock of a CT half, but nobody 13-0's Vitality. Not on the big stage. A single round of a T side. Are Vitality actually still in this?
Hello guys, this is Matis.
This is Fallen. Hey, I'm Alexi B, and today I'll be reading some bad comments.
Furo itself hasn't been looking hot since in the major result.
Well,
Vitality are so good that even a single map win for NAVI would be a victory in itself. What can I say?
everyone knows this kid is going to be the next Brokey or Sampaio, bro, what you doing, right?
The Hunter was never and will never be a good player. That's a bullshit, I can already tell, and this guy is clueless.
Sampaio was like that in 2023 too, always flicking and constantly getting pack kills, but then he disappeared. XD. Oh, typical HLTV user. I love it, I love it. You know, Molodoi has a bright future ahead of him. He's just starting, so you're gonna have to watch a lot of games from Molodoi, and hopefully he's gonna be winning a lot. So I think you were wrong with this one, Cyber King.
So guy named Insert Blame here says NAVI gonna get the honor of losing to Beta in finals this event. But yeah, I'm glad that people are thinking that we're gonna reach the finals, and yeah, it's good for us.
Minus Nico plus Rigod is a huge downgrade. The previous could win the odd blast, this new iteration will most likely win even less. I mean, eventually we won the tournament, to be honest, after this guy said it.
My mission here is to make Fury a super competitive team in the best way I can. Then leave. Low. Yes, I'm doing that in December, bro.
You know shit's fucked when Alexi is NAVI's top performer. It's probably better for the team's future prospects if they lose this match anyway.
Express Patience 9809. Okay, I like this nickname as well. Castrato was shit in Katowice, shit in Altin playoffs, shit in Cologne playoffs, and shit in Budapest playoffs.
I am can't hit shit after Mirage and Alexi playing with half of his brain whilst it stays under 1 KD. Jesus, what a shit show once again. That's a nice and supportive comment, it seems.
Ignoring the latest shit show is strong, no? Good, my boy.
NAVI have improved a ton. My prediction is Vitality 3-0. Not gonna lie, that's a funny one. The first one, funny one actually, so kudos to this guy.
So legit just bullied his team into being good, and I'm here for it. I mean, yeah, it was kinda true, to be honest, at some point, but yeah.
Are they seriously hiring a guy from Ancal? We need good players to become champions, not these low tier scrubs who play tier 3. What a joke, pathetic, you guys. Who have thought, eh? Molodoi, coming all the way from Kazakhstan, playing on the cyber coffees, no computer at home. Who would have thought, eh? The kid is good. And yeah, you never know until you know. Molodoi proved you wrong, my friend.
EPL was a fluke for NAVI. Damn. Can't win a trophy nowadays without it ever being a fluke. Thanks, guys.
Well, Fort Worth, we've witnessed history yet again. The coldest first half Vitality has ever had. An 11-1 domination out of NAVI, and you could find the asterisks. It's CT side of Nuke. They've been waiting in the wings to get this head-to-head back going. But this kind of a Vitality, I don't think anybody saw coming.
A ton of credit to Ima for really stepping up versus his biggest nemesis. He of everybody has struggled the most. 17-8 for him on the half. We don't get that 12-0, but I'm sure in the back of their minds they know this one's a done deal. Can they pilot this one home? Kaze takes a headshot.
Bit's gonna close that distance. Apex got his hands full, and his head empty.
Wait a second, double up?
Nice spot. Who would ever expect to be Robs hiding in that corner? And he's gonna double down.
Come on.
Because he'll find the recovery at least with his measly 8 points of health.
All right, got one in the back of Mini right now, but they had to secede hell. This is a situation where it's the CTs who are more scared, and that was the one point where they could actually get some active information safely. Now they're gonna be roaming around. Who's getting caught off guard?
Another blind side of this round could be disastrous for Vitality. Good trade once more.
A little bit more info for the T side. Mezzi back at clock.
Leaves him alone. He hears the approach. Tries to bounce as they jump down into it. Oh, he's trying to take this duel on his terms. Time's ticking for Wonderful, who has been playing lights out. 14 and 4.
He actually is thinking about leaving.
Get out of here.
He actually can. Will this door get opened? Surely he's gonna get nervous for a second, but actually, wisely, Zaibu's already thinking ahead.
Yep.
Into the vent, ready to catch this off guard, and he can get up the ladder in time. He is one move ahead.
Can he fly down into the back of the site without getting popped by Zaiwu? Zaiwu not gonna let that happen, not gonna let this slide. Vitality find their second round by way of critical pistol.
It's a crazy, it looks like an easy choice for ZywOo because he's safe. But if he goes upstairs and Wonderful plants the bomb, he can't just open decon. He has to go for a full retake of the site. It's a way different beast. So it was a small risk for him. A very wise decision, obviously.
Can we talk about Rob's hiding in the lockers?
I've never seen anyone double up in that position, but that's the kind of innovation we need to see from Vitality right now to make this game possible. Well, they were right about the heaven wrap on the T pistol. Never started 10-0 down. I know what Blade's thinking. We're going to win this game, but let's also just make sure it's not close. Let's leave an imprint on the other team. Let's make sure that Vitality end Nuke as frustrated and pissed off and confused as possible.
Looking for a mistake, but I mean, Vitality cannot afford a single issue. Not with the level that NAVI has been hitting, so quick execution of Bit. It's going to get the FAMAS active out towards Garage. Apex piecing together the moves here of NAVI, finding multiple bodies outside and calling for Flamesy to come and cull any attempt outer. Done. And a third round collected here by Vitality, so it's about respect.
It's where you take a deep breath with your NAVI, come into a rifle round. You know, your best chances are going to be early, where you have the least pressure. That's what Alexi B said earlier. Want to play free without pressure. You do want to put yourself as the underdog whenever possible. Why wouldn't you?
No matter what, you play with confidence every round, no free rounds. Don't give them this feeling of comeback.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like you said.
No free rounds. It's CS2. You know, you're going to 3 or 4 rifle rounds, and then suddenly this game is totally tied up.
Don't forget who you're playing against. The best to ever do it. Kings of CS2. Kaze wants this duel. That close trajectory, that's going to tell him somebody is right there on the exit of main. A little distraction offered from up in heaven.
ZywOo reloads. Oh, ZywOo gets a kill.
All right. That's Alexi down on his attempt to approach outside. Apex is going to go swinging into this, confirming yet again multiple numbers outside. It's a dry cross here for NAVI, no coverage by a smoke. So ZywOo finding another duel, cutting off Wonderful, is going to put Emet into what feels like an insurmountable clutch.
Yeah, he's got a score to recover.
That's a freebie. You catch Flamesy, giving him a back of the head execution.
Wait a second. It's possible now.
Don't you dare 1v4 this. Just as it starts to feel like Vitality have got a game to play on Nuke, Emet puts them on notice.
His 21st kill. 3 frags in this round. And this one's for map point. You press tab, you know it's Rob's. Where do you think he's gone?
Whoa, he's found him. Oh, he's so close. 4 HP the difference.
Oh my goodness.
In a 1v4 that could have been.
No, Matthew, please. Let's just play together, please. Don't talk about me, okay?
Oh. Apex wants to make the call.
Had that lighthearted interview recently where Apex and ZywOo kind of said, yeah, we make jokes that we're a bit of a married couple, we bicker and whatnot. We get a piece of it here on the server right now. It's one thing to do it in the prac room, it's another thing to do it under pressure. And
As
pressure is certainly what they're feeling.
On reflections that he argues the most with him, right?
Flamesy is going to try to jump in and get away with that. He's going to fluster NAVI to go for the activation inside of the hut, and Mezzi's that additional layer of an A defense. You can start to feel Vitality piecing this together. Still a long way from matching NAVI's round count of 11. And again, on a moment's notice, we can see what happens when the individual level of NAVI is at this peak. Emet almost embarrassed you in that 1 versus 4.
Yeah.
Flamesy's still got some explaining to do.
Yeah, but like you mentioned, I mean, they didn't actually close the round, so. And before that moment, with those 3 kills coming through, it was a solid round from Vitality. Finally, Vitality will win a clutch.
Tech9 round to keep Apex in the dumps, but trades right there for Flames. Round 5, secured by Vitality. Still not even halfway to Navi's count.
The time will pass quick, I promise. It's gonna call back to that timeout. 4 HP for Robs to deny map point. Blade in that tac pause saying no free rounds.
Energy's really been the discussion with Vitality coming off of the hangover that was the Grand Slam. They said it themselves, we haven't been pracking, you know, we're just trying to kind of reestablish, but they still hold themselves to such a high standard that they can't let maps like this just totally collapse in front of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, losing to essentially your biggest threat for actually taking the major, potentially in a grand final, leading right into it. Obviously, it takes a lot of effort to keep practicing day in and day out and play all these tournaments all the way to Sunday. But if you don't, someone else is going to get confident. Wow, 1 clutch this event for Rops. I think Emma had like 20 health.
Take into consideration the head-to-head between these teams as well. It almost feels like there's nobody who wants it more than Navi. Not one map throughout 26 and 25. This is meant to be where that changes, and you just mentioned it. If this is supposed to be one of the contenders versus Vitality at the upcoming major, you do not want to start to let them get more and more confident in the head-to-head. You dangle that lopsided score over top of them. You remind them that you've always got their number. Critical timing on Navi's ability to prove that they can be the ones to defeat Vitality in today's best of 5.
And T-side nuke's not as hard as it once was. You gotta be expected to be able to get a few rounds here. All they need is 2.
Util volley comes out, CTs respond. Missed incendiary on top of 5. That is going to afford them a position. This is supposed to be Flamesy burned out of this spot, but he will remain as an additive for this A-site hold. But Makaze's still able to thrive. Comes in through main. Now Zybu's on the scene. And Apex has done his job this entire time, holding them back. It's Alexion 74 health versus 3. 20 seconds to that clock. And it's already Zybu out on heaven, taking damage to the Flames. Slides into the site, finishes it with the sidearm. And Vitality, 5 rounds to Navi now.
Unfortunately, everything needs to be perfect, and because they missed that top hut molly, they allowed that position to be used against them. Walking out of Squeaky, weren't clearing it, didn't expect someone to be up there. And that's Blit with a first kill as well. Can't be wasting these rounds. Apex knows the opportunity at hand. Half by once again for Navi. Smoking a flash here for Alexi, nothing else on the utility front. One over Secret. They're going to see nothing outside for now. Looking to re-clear it.
Takes a second glance. Still no activity confirmed. But then right on cue, after that second peek, we get this wall of smokes to create a question for Apex. It's going to keep him committed to this. Is it now that they start to make that walk up, he has to ask?
It's going to be hard to get this kill. He's looking for some damage. Let's see if the peek comes wide here for Makaze.
There it is. Oh, great read.
Hunted down.
And then he gets off that angle, not allowing himself to fall to that silo challenge. Even when it is just a pistol, main player catching Makaze, who thought maybe with Apex's fallback, there was an opening to split this bomb site. Although that feels like the window is closing, as A is yet again held tall by Vitality. Looking flawless in this one to secure that 7th.
I mean, it's so good for Apex. Every position he put himself in, the patience, the flash re-clears. He was continuously suspicious about some kind of outside play. It came in so late because, of course, it's Navi, but he never gave up hope that eventually he'd find a target top silo. He'd find that spam. on that mini crawl out of Bit. And now this is just a close game. Doesn't matter how it started. Never does with Vitality. All that matters is how it ends.
Rounds of a T-side out of Navi that still remain without a bomb plant. Just to really hammer home how Vitality have been able to keep them at bay. Double stack on Unbreakable. Try to go for the lineup, but the timing's just not there. There's been quite a bit of fallback here from Navi's approach outside, right? Remaining behind expectations from Vitality. We saw that missed chance to clear twice last round. Flamesy's gonna confirm that there is presence here, but is it too much presence to keep Apex out of the fight?
They're doing such a good job of reading Navi. I mean, so many resources dedicated to outside. They've got the secret player. The shot gets missed.
Oof, repeat punish.
Not for Wonderful, he gets it.
Apex has remained tucked into this spot, and Bit feels like he's got this anticipated. Somewhere over there, Apex must be, he thinks.
And it gets risky for Apex. He loses his support in the op. If they are careful about the approach, they will be able to clear him for free. Bit seems to be the only one nervous about it.
Emas still holding back. Apex activates. Bit's gonna get the return frag. Mezzi has to be rock solid because there's no support here just yet.
Yeah, they're gonna come in from heaven.
Frantically moving, but still trying to keep it quiet in case somebody like Bit is exactly where he is. Time to shine. Mezzi goes for the main fight. Dropped empty-handed.
Totally cut off now.
Molotov prevents it. We get this wraparound from Bit. The 12th round. He's sitting on a silver platter. Flamesy's gonna get wild. Puts the flashbang over top of the site, has to give up space as the frag grenade comes through. And 15 on this clock puts a slight bit of timing pressure, but the op has got this peak locked in. And a whiff keeps Flamesy within the realm of possibility. Player down beneath dies, and finally they're gonna push this over the line. It's a hard-fought battle out of Navi, but 7 rounds into the attack, they'll collect their 12th round win.
It's an absolutely fantastic round of Navi. Obviously, you can give credit to Vitality. Again, they put the right amount of players outside to deal with this, but Wonderful wins his duel. Wow, it's an insane shot versus Zaiwu as well. Great adjustment. And then it's Bit the entire time who knows and thinks that someone is either playing a leash or in Big Garage and holds that position for the trade. He also wraps around through heaven. They could have thought this round's over, let's just go in through mini all together and just end it. And if they had done that, it's possible a retake could have taken place. But they mollied heaven, had Bit wrap around slowly. It was just that extra little bit. Because they're really respecting what their opponents can do. Their first round now on T side.
Waits this out. Kazi's not blind. These flashes haven't been effective. He slams Apex point blank. Rops though, another off. This could catch them off, right? An adjustment to the double CT sniper.
2 offs.
Zaiwu goes down without one. Luckily, Rops is here and Mezzi's ready to support it as needed. It's a lot of bodies trying to move into that ramp room. Navi walking into this unexpected surprise. A double off variation from Vitality, trying to change up the game without notice. We still have Alexi inside A site with bomb. There's money to be made here. Fake plant once. Second layer as he survives another bit of damage, barely. And sends a frag up to keep them at bay.
Oh, they missed their molly.
That's gonna actually prevent them from jumping on Alexi while his hands were busy. He's suddenly repositioned. An 8 HP 1v3 feels impossible, but he's got the cover, and he's got the first kill with it. Double CT drop down into that site. Working with kids in a flash. Alexi, the mastermind, to damn near do it with all the clutches that go Navi. Not this one. Vitality remain alive here on Noob.
And he was playing the headshot angle, but Rops is also low after dropping out of heaven. Down to 20-something HP. That's his second clutch this event. And it's kind of just denying a big clutch from the other team. That's been his role so far. I don't know how Vitality are so ready for this. Op in ramp, second op at Turnpike, a third player ready to swing on ramp as well. There's been no ramp plays really for Navi to have alarmed them this much. Literally saved the game here. That would have been a moment for Alexi.
Limited utility here for Navi as they're just going to try to smash their way towards ramp again. Rops plays forward, clean with it. 2 headshots in a second. Third one queued up, easy, does it.
Straight posterized, pinned to the wall. Man, the crosshair placement is perfect. Looked like he had no recoil.
Talk about a shutdown.
How can he be so calm, holding like that? Best to do it on ramp.
It is Rops after all.
Yeah.
Hail Mary 2v5 to be thrown forward.
Starting to feel like OT is entirely possible. Navi have only won 1 round so far this half.
This limited money in the next round just makes you wonder if these AKs aren't just worth saving. It's a long save. You'd think Vitality are going to try to come clear you out, but best of luck. Here's this kill from Ross again.
Perfect. Oh my goodness.
Slight spacing between these Navi players.
The only way you multi, like, he doesn't even crouch a single time in that. Oh, and Makaze gets picked off before the save. Worst case situation here. Alexi still got some time to kill. And they already see the intention that he's not going for this.
Flames is going to confirm he's up here now. Alexi knows he's got to die in the last 10 seconds. They all would have swarmed him otherwise after the fact. And so, can't run, can't hide. Vitality, 3 rounds to OT, where we know they work wonders.
Oh, they would have loved to have those 2 guns. See, they'd almost get a full buy out of this. And we see all the clutches and that 10-0 start, that win of that first half. Everything was necessary to win this game. And it still might not be enough if they're not careful.
There's 7 clutches won so far in this map alone. And at one point, it was 4-0 Navi. 3 clutches since, all go Vitality. That's an indicator of the times turning against Navi as they weren't able to capitalize at the start of the second half, the same way they did in the first. ZywOo, easy close on Makaze. We've got Emet trying to lurk out through smokes. That one's gonna get punished. And Navi can't seem to get away with anything in this one. Already surrounded downstairs and Flamesies holds towards the single door. They will continue to try to push the luck as that Scout and Tech9 look to combine in a 2v5.
Yeah, they said you can have lower. Look how many CTs are already here.
Gonna keep this crunch on Navi. Don't give them any space in a real attempt to suffocate what's left of this T side. Vitality are within touching distance of that OT, where everything could change.
They, B-Trams just brought up the Makaze stat, and that's just because they don't have Ancient. That's his best map by far. They don't have to play, Vitality don't have to play him on it ever. I mean, 1 health here.
Deja vu to the last round where Alexi's just in an act of desperation trying to find anything else, a silver lining somewhere. Flashback to the Blade timeout when he said, not 1 free round. They have felt that reality ever since. Another timeout comes out.
It's insane because if it was any other team, you just write him off. And you think there's just no way a comeback could take place, and it was basically done. Even in this situation, Navi trying their hardest to go through this last time out. Off the pause with Blade hasn't been enough in this T side. I'm not even sure what the best response is. When they played outside, that's, obviously where they won. Wonderful kill. ZywOo heads up. Did a great job on that upper split, getting bit into heaven. It took every little bit. But ramp looks so stacked.
Just the way Rob shut it down on his own last time around. I mean, that just felt rock solid. That 1 round alone could be enough to deter you from attempting it again. At least in such a simple fashion.
Back to outside, and there'll be some emphasis, I think, on ZywOo and Apex. Obviously, they work in tandem together out here.
Doesn't see it, though. Just enough cover here for Navi to join forces behind that red box. Does queue up the damage on the nade. Perfectly placed second one.
Oh, they got him.
Yep, Mezzi's going to hone in on it.
Game of Battleship right there, and they get that nade kill. Mezzi with another.
Confirming these kills outer, it's another 3v5 disadvantage for Navi to try to face, and well, if Vitality step into this scope, then maybe that's the thread that Wonderful can pull on. But it's been a rock-solid defense from both the teams. No map control for free. Ema has shown us X Factor. How the hell can he pull this off with 45 seconds, 2 teammates behind him?
Yeah, everyone slowed down a bit.
It's bomb on Alexi B, still sitting outside. Vitality off of this 5 versus 3, yet to move a muscle since they know that they can confidently lean on what they have.
I mean, with bomb out here, like outer is not even a question anymore. They aren't necessarily watching it actively, but Apex is just taking a peek every once in a while, make sure the crash doesn't happen. The bomb has to go down upstairs, and I don't know if that's happening now.
He commits to the duel, keeps Wonderful a little bit lower. 20 seconds, it causes them to scramble. Navi have to tuck their tails, run for the hills, and save. And their nightmare has come together. This is Vitality pushing the game to the 24th round of regulation.
No, it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. They win outside again.
Pressure's on to not die after time, though. This could actually get hairy. Oh, this could hurt. We'll see if Vitality go charging through it. Do both these guns get safe? They're gonna need them. But Lexi's got it.
Okay.
Up next to him as well. Key component of Navi's 24th round.
Yeah, that's gotta be the only way they have a chance of closing now.
The pressure from these nades, 1, 2, and then that third from Mezzi, lethal.
Yes, and the spam kill for the second player. I thought Navi's rotations were good in that first half, and they were, but Vitality's might be even better.
You let Vitality win the 12th round of their T-side. 1 round to make that difference. There's a handful of people in this room that thought we might get to overtime, and yet here we are, round 24, with limitations on Navi. And yet they'll try their hand outside yet again.
Blade didn't have a timeout to use for this round. Vitality don't lose in overtime if it gets there.
Nate ahead of the timing.
Yeah, they're avoiding the damage this time around.
Learned their lesson from 1 round prior, but the spam's still good. Makaze dropped to half health, still afforded a cross. Over to the garage.
They aren't going in for big garage here. They've got him on a squeaky lurk as Bomb takes so much damage.
Zywoo nails it.
Are you kidding me? We're getting into overtime now. Makaze a bit.
Each and every one of them stopped. No chance to cross. Pressure from start to finish throughout this round. You allowed Vitality to crank that dial. You let them in this game. And now you have to best them in overtime, where we know they barely ever lose. The always elusive map win between Navi and Vitality. It felt like that curse was going to be lifted, and Bit in a 1v4. Not the hero.
The only team that can make anyone feel small. They have done it into overtime.
Blade no longer laughing.
They won every clutch in that first half until that 1 round from Rops to deny the 1v4. And he denied 2 clutches after killing Alexi. 4 HP the difference between Navi just winning 15 minutes ago and going into overtime now. And the energy is totally different.
Of the 11 rounds Vitality win in that regulation, only a single one of them is by way of defuse. That is how far out of it Navi tumbled.
It's just incredible what Vitality can do. And now, just as we felt coming into the match, until further notice, this is just Vitality's game. Navi nearly proved they could take a map, but suddenly that's totally reset. They're the ones who aren't happy to be here in overtime.
We've seen shaky maps from Vitality throughout the Fort Worth group stage. We've heard them speak of their shortcomings quite bluntly and honestly, and we thought today it just hit that tipping point where Navi were gonna seize what they have always wanted. But the tone shifts. And that 11-1 record in their last 12 overtimes tells us now Vitality win this.
They've already understood the rotation. They've got the player downstairs. So immediately goes to ramp to take over in case they want to split in this direction, and they will have to do that if they want to meet up now. Alexi has to figure this out by going back upstairs. That's basically the only way they get one over Vitality. And that's not happening right now. Perfect nade. Yeah, they're calling him out perfectly.
100 damage across the two. Makaze lucky to be alive.
And the AUG.
With Flamesy on the other side of that door. But Flamesy backing up, puts it back on Rob. So a single frag, Bit making the most of that 35 health. Those were the two low players. Could have very easily been a double kill out of Rob. The patience pays off here for ZywOo. Confirms the second player. Very nice movement to get away from it, but Wonderful's not going to let him escape.
Flamesy gets his.
That's that low HP of Bit dealt with. Alexi and Wonderful meant to recover this, but now it just falls to Wonderful's 1v3 attempt. 24 seconds to pull this one off. And by getting the first kill clean on Flamesy, he's trying to hunt down that next defender. Where is he? Looking at you through the double doors, but not able to punish entirely. Wonderful with a fake plant. 10 seconds to the clock.
Oh, how are you going to get this bomb down now? Two players up.
Like this!
He's down to 7 health.
It's covered from the side of the silo.
The nade comes in.
Dodges it, but
He
that
can't
gets him
play
off the bomb plant. No frag, no clutch. Wonderful cut down short. Flushes him off with utility. And Vitality's winning ways keep going.
It's a next level second kill there from Flamesy. And look at the scoreboard. It's all blue, baby. Vitality continue on. Somehow have a lead in this game. They might be out of miracles. Two ops coming into play again. Rops does this part-time, but I swear he can main it. Makaze has no multi-kills this map. Damn.
Oh, awkward timing, but Flamesy gets away with it. Easy stoppage on the hut exit. You've got Flamesy not even called on for more frags there. He'll return to where he started. Jumps into the Aubrey. You can do nothing from this point on. That overtime record exists for a reason, and NAVI are feeling the wrath of it.
I mean, we're at the point now with this T side. It's gone on so long, they have to come up with some new ideas. They're trying to cheat some timing by taking this upper hit a little earlier. They have not really tried this, and we can kind of see why. Flamesy smokes him.
Double lock setup.
Their score lines now look frozen in time. Like, no one's really adding up any more kills. It's just a CT side story.
It's that double op that caught off NAVI. That's what got them back to winning those CT rounds they had to force overtime. Just trying to sprinkle it in for a second time at this map.
Seen this exact situation play out in favor of Makaze last time. Apex came to check this box. Well, Makaze was floating in a certain way, and now he gets spotted.
And the flashes weren't that good last time. Oh, Apex. Yeah.
No problem.
Robs' second op strike. They'll know about it now, and Wonderful rips off his head with the peak.
Man, the second op rotating ramp is insane.
And again, a third piece here. ZywOo's going to kill Wonderful on that attempt to exit. Now Mezzy's locked in with the double. It's a missed shot out of ZywOo. Tries to draw them into Mezzy. Look at the health. NAVI, they don't have enough to get out through the
can't get past this volley.
It's a team kill, and the frag grenade for Mezzy. Beyond the grave, he'll collect.
It's a straight disaster. Alexi now in another 1-on-3. He brought the last one close.
Once upon a time, all the clutches were NAVI, but not this one. Apex sensing blood in the water strikes. It's a flawless overtime run.
Oh my God, you can't make this up. NAVI have gotten 1 T round since we switched over. And now Vitality get a second chance. And remember, it was all clutches for NAVI when they played their T side.
Only the 4th time a team has pushed this roster to an 11-1 score, and you would have thought it was over, but they prove again.
Their ramp rotations have been insane. I mean, they're getting a second op to come into Turnpike. It's not getting overcrowded, and then Mezzy comes in with a rifle. That's not even the first time. They know exactly where to give up space.
Missed chance though. Wonderful would have loved to have collected that 5 versus 4.
And Apex is gonna really speed up off of this, I think. He's shown presence. Mikaze's not watching that.
Oh, gets him in the middle of a spam, right? Mikaze tries to shoot smoke. Good on Emet to at least be there to get the other angle on Apex.
Apex will take that trade every day.
You've already got ZywOo downstairs. That's that looming threat of a lower hit. It's called Emet down through the vents. ZywOo just missing the timing. Oh, no, he's back to back. And ZywOo's gonna execute one bullet to the back of the brain. Emet's slain, and it's a man advantage for Vitality on the brink of a flawless OT.
He's readying the bottom of vent. They can actually take this back upstairs. Alexi, he's got some support, but it's not in heaven yet.
They're trying to get closer towards that exit out through Squeaky. ZywOo's ahead of the pack. That's gonna draw Wonderful into the open, but he won't get punished. Able to go back, diving into the cover, tries for second servings. Ross has got him bested. It's pressure on Alexi with 18 health. Map 1 on the line, and as Rops figures this one out, it's an act of desperation left for Bit. Do you really want to push that with an op?
What do you gotta do? You have to get up here.
You switch out for the M4, the gun hits the ground, you let them know you're downstairs, and so a huge around-the-world rotation, trying to keep himself shrouded. He has no time, he has to run this in. Navi thought, once upon a time, they had this. And with fire at the feet of the player on the right, it doesn't go deep. Mezzi's able to just lock in this spot, and patience pays off. Vitality rip Fort Worth's hearts out and expose Navi as nothing but a bunch of yellow bellies. Like it was Navi. You had Vitality flustered, arguing slightly as they come into this round, as they come into this comeback. I don't know what you can say to either team in between these maps to reset from a fumble like that one.
Oh, I've got no idea, man. This will have to be special from Navi if they can pull this off. I can only imagine what that team talk was like when they were getting some fresh air in the break. It probably wasn't a lot of good conversations. Probably a lot about the regrets and stuff they left on the table. Vitality now have this game in the palm of their hands. The risk of the veto comes into play here on Anubis. And Navi might not have the mood to pull it off.
Emet just dives out window as Flamesy tries to get active on him, so a bit of a chase on that one. Rops doubles back to deal with the lurk, and will execute Emet. Now that's one player confirmed over towards that A site, but Emet didn't really see anything else. Flamesy hits the pause button at the perfect moment. Bit now distracted with the sight, and then Flamesy emerges. So layered to perfection here were Vitality on the attack. Perfect engagements with players looking the wrong direction until finally somebody gets a fair duel, and Wonderful will collect ZywOo's head at the very least.
Just got to be so much hang-ups for them, you know, coming out of that last map, and then Vitality come through the quick round like this. Taking a small risk, pushing through a smoke, but perfect with the audio cue. They left it to sight. And from above, they'll have a chance on this headshot angle to find a duel, but the Mikaze takes a headshot before he can even swing. Now he'll just get chased down. This round is done for Vitality. Quick and decisive as they start off with a win.
That one just feeling like classic Vitality, duels to perfection, timing clean, everything you could ask for in terms of the engagements and the distractions. Blindside. This fair duel would have been Flamesy to pick that up from behind, if not for Apex, and then we get another execution of the player out in heaven where he's just not looking the right way.
This just looks so much different with a win for Navi in map 1, because obviously, you know, they're trying to do something. They got 3-0 last time. Even if Anubis could be a risk, they, you know, they've just got to try something, come in with some special prep and try to catch Apex off guard and Xtaz off guard. But without the win, it just doesn't feel scary anymore, I think, when you're Vitality.
Just feels like more of the same when it comes to this head-to-head, which is close games, but no victories. Not in series, not in maps even. So when you were that close, and I mean, again, we've had close games, right? 13-11 victories for Vitality, sure, but not 11-1 leads that get blown up. You're gonna need 2 sports psychologists to draw Navi out of this hole.
Just hope they agree.
Now, opening kill on ZywOo could end up helping Navi.
They didn't even really need ZywOo last map. You know, he had some kills, but it really, you know, it was Flamesy, Mezzy, Rops' clutches that he denied. that game didn't go to overtime, he wouldn't have even been positive.
Trying to remain active in this one. Navi with this 5v4 looking to carve a path towards long A. This is a lot of commitment, though, out of the defense. It's leaving a perfect window for Vitality to strike inside of the B site. They're still a little bit delayed to it as they want to prioritize utility. Apex going to find his hands full, but still able to collect 2 headshots at that distance. Makaze, bottom of the scoreboard, back on Nuke. 10 kills throughout the entire map.
And no multi-frags.
At least Flamesy collecting Bit is going to send Wonderful running off to the hills. He'll be able to save that scout if he's lucky. And it's Vitality to still get through despite that 4v5 they had to face.
And now on the T side, obviously going to be a very different story here on Anubis. Both teams are going to be looking forward to playing the attack. Well, because Navi picked this, obviously they have to start on CT. But name your top 3.
Or don't. Big.
When Vitality first moved Rops onto the team from FaZe, that's when we really saw, first of all, the power of Rops, and also what it does to a map like Anubis. When he started playing on A, how they could just, like, a map feels like it has 6 players. He can play the site by himself. They still support him, and they still go for pushes, and it's all coordinated and everything like that. But just the strength of him as an individual on this map, like, just buffed out their map pool to a level we couldn't precipitate. Now it's obvious. Now if Rops went to any other team, we'd say the same thing.
There's that scout, but you see the aim punch. Zyrus maintain control in between the 2 pieces. No wrench in the works so far this round for Navi. You're really hoping that scout could have got something done, but for it to die first really sucks the life out of Navi here in round 3. I'm just curious, after that last map of the Vitality comeback, are there still Navi believers in here? Okay. Delusion's a hell of a drug.
It's all about faith here in
Yeah,
America,
it is.
man. That's where we've had the
Yes, it
craziest
is.
runs. Dallas and Boston, I mean.
Yes, it is. It's just all about the mental. Can you pull yourself out of letting Vitality walk away with that map win? Because you just have to get back to where you were in the first half. We had Blade with double fist pumps standing behind Navi. The confidence there, we've never seen.
I mean, we walked off stage and then, you know, went to the cafeteria and everyone's just like, all right, 3-0 now. Like, it just feels like that because mentally, how hard would it be? The amount of effort you put in, the amount of miracles that had to line up for all those clutches to go your way, for how good the start was, like, everything went so wrong. We've never seen Blade cheering before a game ended, let alone when it's like 5 or 6-0, only for that to all, the energy to totally vanish. Honestly, it just was, it looked horrible when they got to overtime because you already know you're going to lose now. All that effort you put in, all those clutches in a row, that won't happen again in another match versus this team in a grand final. That won't exist in the future, all leading up to the major near the end of the season here. All wasted.
All the what ifs, all the could have beens. And we all know that familiar feeling of throwing a lead in a game of Counter-Strike, but imagine Navi throwing that lead versus a team that you've been playing against for 2 years without finding a single map win. That is the closest you've ever come, that is the most confident you've ever felt, and it gets torn out of your chest.
And at first, it's a map that makes Vitality look like they have weaknesses, and in the end, it shows us why they're the greatest right now. Like that resilience only adds to their confidence, doesn't take away. They're not going to remember the fact that they started 11-0 down, oh boo-hoo. The fact that they pulled that back only makes them stronger.
First gun round now in Navi's 4th round of the CT side. Starts off with a more passive setup inside that A site. Bit in heaven. EMET camera. 13 straight grand final map for Vitality.
That's disgusting. I mean, in the first 6 months of last year, so many of the grand finals were close. They have actually gotten better.
We've seen some streaks for Vitality end here in Texas, and yet still some of these other ones live on. It's a team that every single time you find them in the server, you start talking history. Mikaze tries to turn off that flashbang, will collect Flamesy. Wonderful, it's another one and done. It's each of the original B defenders collecting a kill. But then with those smoke walls up, you've got Vitality taking position inside site and planting the bomb. First gun round, and it's a retake demanded here of NAVI.
I feel like we've seen this position so many times. A very standard attack. It's really well timed. The retake coming in from this position is okay, but Ima will be a little bit slow to this. There's no one actually pushed out of main just yet. And with where they're playing from, I feel like this is the perfect counters.
Robs comes back to take a look with the teammate right next to him. CT's really down to the wire here. It's gonna have to be Ima for that defuse, but now his kit is over towards long. 10-second defuse was never gonna happen without Ima getting into the action. Vitality shut down that post plant from a 3v3 to 2 Vitality players still surviving.
He tried to crawl into that, and if there were people outside, then taking those fights and going slowly at it would have made sense. But the perfect close plant positions, playing in both choke points that they weren't coming in from. If Apex taking an early duel and losing it, that would have been maybe a chance for the retake to take place, but he's feeling good too. Ima has a 1 rifle on this round for NAVI.
Couple MP9s, few grenades. There's certainly tools for the job. Then there's that one unquantifiable element that Vitality brought from the first map, and that is the self-belief. Built back up by a nasty comeback. And another inevitable close in an overtime game that just lets them now start to get streaky, but a big push from Alexi for the double MP9 kill. Hopper pinned in the corner, not gonna get a second. Okay. That is a great move here by NAVI to take control of water on their terms.
Yeah, now we're in business. Rob's playing that up close angle. No one was directly behind him to take aggro. They got caught off guard, jumping away at the stairs.
It's gonna continuously take moments like that out of NAVI where they take moves on their terms. You find Vitality in a setup phase of the 5th round. Jump them when they don't expect it, keep that Opper in an awkward spot, and now, hopefully for Navi's sake, close out this 4v2.
% faith in this round.
Vitality's players shoulder to shoulder, bomb in the background. Flamesy on the charge.
It'd have to just be a total disaster at this point.
Alexi B looking to be that 3rd element soon enough, but it's a double up inside of E-Box.
Mikaze's been under question. He's gonna fall back a little bit.
They find the footing. They've got their exit outwards. Okay, hold on, Mac 10 covered by the pistol. Nicely done, Mikaze. As he confirms that there's a flank in position, knows he's time limited here. 7 seconds, wants the bomb plant, just wants to go for the save. He'll find his exit strategy and Mikaze on the chase. NAVI off of Alexi's double MP9 push outside of the A site. Give Fort Worth something to believe in. 5 rounds into map 2, they'll collect the round win.
For now, it's kind of a drop in the bucket. Like, it's great, round to get on the board. It's not the way in which it proves, and you've got the team and the caller and the strats to be able to win, because they're not going to do this over and over again. They've got to win a standard default now. They've got the upgrades. They made a little money off that round too, which is nice. They catch a tempo. You never want to let the other team win on a half buy. So all that lays the foundation for something here for NAVI, but it's going to be these rounds, the meat and potatoes. Full buys with the op in play.
No confirmation behind that smoke here for NAVI. That's got them playing in the dark somewhat, but Vit's gonna go take a close look at it. And as he commits himself onto Fountain, that would have usually left Ema alone, but we also get the Alexi rotate to try to be a second piece of this mid setup for the defense. Vit plays support. We'll see if that flash catches timing. No, sir, not even a confirmation that Vitality are actually still back there. Wonderful will collect as Apex steps into the scope. Now ZywOo, his counterpart's looking to get active with his own. And as he inches his way closer to the camera, we've got this player still on a silver platter. There's the reaction. Alexi gets away with the kill on ZywOo as Flamesy doesn't keep it as clean as he needed. Bit's about to get pinched from both sides, and Robs, that is nasty, as he bends the headshot around the corner, goes back for the water confirmation, and runs. Wants to be a part of this post plant with numbers advantage on the post plant site.
That's crazy. And he has such low health, but he can actually still be effective here. Flash comes in, won't do anything.
Oh, but cleared. Makaze, time to shine as utility comes flying forward. A frag in case. Fountain is occupied. It's not the case. We've got Vitality heads tucked, giving the space over, letting Navi inch forward, but then Mezzi strikes, traded. Wonderful confirms the second element, doesn't have a kit. And so he tries to fluster this, but doesn't actually attach that bomb. Flamesy trying to dodge the fight, will still falter at the hands of Wonderful, but he's never had the kit. Tries to go in for the push. Both kits in that round for the CTs were camera and middle.
Yeah. 3 kills for Wonderful, and it's nice. They get everyone dead. Op will be saved, but that's about it. I can't believe Rops wins his duel, comes out, gets info on the retake, and still escapes on such low health. Just zero panic with him. That's a deflating moment.
Nice!
And economically, not too bad. They still get a buy behind it. He sees an op because he saves it. The half certainly isn't over. Play talking like he knows exactly how to put this together. Stop. I mean, you want to be perfect too, and you're going up against a team playing like this. Your nemesis, holding you out of trophies. Alexi's saying events don't even feel like they count when you can't beat Vitality in the final.
2 rounds lost in the last 23 rounds of play. Oh, how Vitality have turned this around. Guns for Navi. And on top of that, Makaze goes even wider than this challenge. We've seen Emet try to play before. You know, when the last pop outside of the A site happened and Alexi got away with the MP9 kills, we said, great opening, but not a round you're really gonna repeat. We gotta see them win in the defaults. This is full guns, and we see a fresh look with a deep angle here for Wonderful as well.
They're trying to zone him into this peak.
It's a nice change up by Navi.
There's a perfect lineup for this flash they can use for him holding this door position. And he's got it.
Emet peeks in. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Triple for the members of Navi.
Oh, that's beautiful in terms of the timings. Like right when they were about to do their attack. No way anyone's playing anti-flash.
As he tries to threaten that A site, but what if somebody steps into Robs? You know he's just gonna run this bomb towards B in that moment, but he gets blindsided. Makaze catching him just as he had gone to clear the window, and now Mezzi's ruse has been found out as nothing but a fake.
Honestly, here's a great round. It's off the tac pause as well. The setup in terms of mid, they zone them into pushing towards Wonderful, and before Wonderful even has to be useful, they counter flash that approach. Apex thinks after shooting a few bullets, he can bait them into over-facing or having Wonderful get fully blind and eat the flash, but instead, it's all by Navi's design. So that's actually a lovely way to get a second round after their sort of half-buy push that they pulled out in that round prior. Yeah, because his flash just popped.
He said it in the timeout, Blade speaking as if he knew all the answers. And right off of said timeout, we got a fresh look for Navi and one that goes off to perfection.
Yeah, that was pretty genius.
And look at the reward for their efforts. You interrupt Vitality in a matter of seconds, and you thrust them back down into the pistols. We just had that stat, 21 of the last 23 rounds picked up, but now Navi finally looking to get back to consecutive round wins. This is an advantage they've been fighting for. Make the most of this.
Proper anti-eco, they leave mid open because they don't need it, and they have the right setup. more to do.
Try to charge. Fountain's gone uncleared. Perfect wraparound for Bit. That double up inside of the site. It's just the distraction Bit needs to thrive on this one.
It was just so good. I mean, unless there was going to be some kind of mid-play this round, there really wasn't a chance over on the A side. Nice cleanup here, NAVI. So one great rifle round, a half-buy win, and an NT eco. Is he drinking out of that shoe?
Way too easy for Bit there. Activates the perfect moment off of the back of the force buy. We now find Vitality on just the Glocks. Never too late for NAVI to turn this game around. Easy cleanup here in round 9. So NAVI enjoy this moment. Probably feeling like you get back to a small taste of what you had over on Nuke, where it felt like you were flawless.
This is pretty great. And again, it was off that blade tack that everything just started going right.
But now right on cue, we get Xtaz in with his first timeout of this second map. You see what sort of readjustments come out again.
Blade, he doesn't waste either team's timeouts. He'll be talking here as well. Yeah, I wonder what's up next on this defense. I mean, it's a tough map to come up with CT options for pushes. They all feel a little bit random when you're flash retanking, A main, B main. So timing dependent. We saw that's how they won.
Flash over the mid doors as Flames sees one MAC-10 in this round. Tries to put early pressure on Ima, and it's great to flush him out. Total change in the timing.
That's too fast.
And speaking of timing, you're
Wonderful.
right.
He's
Too
got
quick
no
for
eye.
Wonderful to get an eye on that. And now the smoke, he might consider it, but the timing of all this, we're going to get this counter window boost into mid. Will the T's predict it? They try to turn in time, but Zywoo,
They already have the B site. He's already flanked it entirely.
the bomb's not in just yet, but yeah, Alexi, difficult for him to be able to challenge this through that E-box.
They just need to get this bomb into B.
Gives himself a little room to work with, puts fire in front of the commitment here. So this has stalled out Vitality for a moment, but it's not like NAVI are fully in on this idea that it's actually B.
The only place where they can actually move a player is Rops. He's still actually hanging back inside of middle. And plant goes down safely, untouched.
It's a battle of utility that puts that bomb down, but the utility doesn't last forever.
And Rob's now starting to get active, but actually coming into a more standard position here, flanking main.
There's not a lot of cover here for Flamesy. He knows he's between both ends of this retake. He's gonna try to strike him down, an E-box on the swing, gets his one. On top of that, it's a dink onto Mikaze. Apex dropped, empty-handed. It's all Rops in this 1v3. Smoked off. He'll be desperate to get the lineup, but Mikaze's the guy with low HP. Rops gonna need a reload in the middle of all this. Still, now Mikaze taps it a second time. They're trying to find the kill. They will. And Mikaze in with just enough for this defuse. We've got a tied game on our hands, Texas.
Damn, that was so good. Full house between them. Actually love that move from Wonderful. He goes a little bit deep on the... I can't believe he cleared that so perfectly with his opponent playing an off angle inside of main. After this, I thought, oh man, this round is over. After Zywoo hunted down that kill, and they had Flames to come through that flank. But it's actually insane that NAVI pulled this retake off, considering the situation they were just in.
Another shortcoming round for Vitality. It feels like the economy has been haunting them as this game has gone on.
Yeah.
Continues to open doors for NAVI to establish another lead.
They're winning all the right rounds.
What was once a 5-1 game, now NAVI sitting on a 4-round streak, and the confidence, as we saw it back on Nuke, starts to boil over. Feeling untouchable, Mikaze's in with a triple.
There's a multi. Ooh.
Zywoo tries to return the favor with his Deagle. Back-to-back Deag headshots, a swift reminder of who really is the best.
And they can just go back and get this bomb pretty easily. It's not going to be under vision here for NAVI. Both got gun upgrades, have armor to work with. and a very decent amount of utility. They're readying a flank. I mean, Wonderful's posted up in the perfect position, just has to wait patiently, hit a shot.
It's one flash for Mezzi, but
They have smokes, but they want, they want contacts.
yep, element of surprise at play. You don't want this Opera on the angle, but that's going to be a tough reality. No missed chance from Wonderful. Smoke hits the lip on the ground, and Mezzi, or Zawu,
He needs
still
an ace.
finds timing on sight. 20 seconds. Worried about that heaven peak. Over towards the bricks instead. Pressure's on him through that smoke, and Navi 6-5 lead.
Excellent comeback for Navi. This is classy, man. CT side, after the way they started, some great calls and setups, some ingenuity, and they're not just hanging back and waiting for rounds. The only time they've been super passive is their ecos, and they've had the right site to sack. They had to win a retake. It's kind of had it all. The ironic thing, it's only going to make you more mad about map 1.
Right, yeah, it was right there for the taking. Everybody called 3-0. Nobody said it could have been Navi.
Yeah, Makaze really starting to pop off. A lot of conversations around him after taking a closer look at his stats versus vitality. Again, such a superstar on Ancient, but the one map that his opponents don't play.
Well-placed nade for Robs to have to stomach. Get that chip damage in. Final round of the half. While Vitality have had to stomach some of these weaker buys, this one's got everything you need to pull off the 6th and tie the game going in to your own CT side. Challenge for long. Both players want it. Both players smoke it. And then both players leave.
Like this a bit more from Vitality. This has been understaffed, and in terms of resources, Navi, you have to take some kind of risk on space when it comes to this map. And yeah, these is where these kinds of pushes, they just feel a little bit scary for the CT side.
Mid walkouts happening at the same time. Makaze takes it on his terms. Mezzi slaps Alexi B out of the round with that swift headshot and a second kill on the push. But the bomb only getting scooped up now at 30 seconds. Can Ema pull off the unthinkable here? Singular B defender left over after that aggression. Flamesy playing in anticipation of a push like this. He's got a nade out, perfectly timed here by Ema. But at the same time, Rops won that fight over towards Along.
They don't have time to go anywhere else. They have to
Looking to
come
push
here.
into this, the cross connects. Saiwu's off, finds it, and Wonderful, who's just gonna try to sneak out, can't stop that bomb. They can't stop Vitality from tying on the T side.
To me, this is phase written all over it. It's not happening. You have to be on a team where all of your teammates can die, and yet be good enough to turn that back around. I'll go for Makaze. Yeah, I don't think it's likely, but I don't think any of it's likely. No. I'm going 1%. Oh. It's not happening.
Even just getting an ace is tough. A 1v5.
Yeah.
A true 1v5.
Yeah. Okay, percentage chance of it, I would probably say 5%. 7.
Yeah.
Barely.
It's
It happens like 1 out of every 20 games.
Rops is the most prolific Zeuser I know.
I'm thinking about who else could do it. Snacks is here.
But then why would Snacks be Zeusing in playoffs when it's all on the line?
Because they're getting 13-0'd and he wants to have a good time. I am going low though. I'm thinking 22% for me.
Earlier in CS2, we were seeing them a ton. The range on it was really long. And
will people even try?
I'm just not seeing it as much nowadays. I'm probably more so leading to maybe 10% personally.
Pistol's like 50-50, even for the best teams in the world when they're at the top, it's like sub 60% win rate.
So we're saying not happening. Yeah. I would give it like a 7.6%.
I think those are generous odds.
Generous odds, 7.6%, not happening. We don't think it's happening.
To bank on this one properly, you'd have to pick the teams that's getting eliminated in the group stage.
This is phase. To me, this is phase written all over it. I would say still the chance that it happens is sub 10%. In fact, I might even go lower. I'd go like 3%, 4%.
So you think this is actually more rare than a 1v5 clutch then?
Yes, I actually do.
Molodoi has had some struggles in playoffs recently.
Zai was more of a hybrid. He was fine with the rifle. He went up every round. Actually, the more I think about this, Vitality, they're 2-0ing, less maps, less orbs. I'm just going to go 70% Molodoi.
The thing is, like, ZywOo still has that hybrid nature about him where Molodoi does just want to op as much as possible.
Exactly. One thing that's working also against ZywOo here is that they might win so many games so quickly, doesn't even have to bust out the op. Like, why couldn't he just rifle his way through a match versus Foot in the counter?
If I were to like put a number on it, I would be like 60-40 in favor of Molodoi, getting more op kills.
So now to create our own predictions, we have seen how desperate Apex is to get an EVP award from HLTV. So this might be his best chance yet, on top of the fact that he's showing great individual form.
Apex is so good in grand finals. That's the one that always gets me.
I would put the percentage of him getting an EVP from HLTV around 25% at this event.
Gamer Legion make the playoffs. They need to beat Furia, or they need to beat loser of FaZe NAVI.
No, it's fairly reasonable. It's like a 52-48 kind of situation.
I think it's 40 for playoffs.
Lock it in. 40% for Gamer Legion. We never doubted you, Gamer Legion.
A little more action-packed Counter-Strike here on map 2. We end all tied up at the first half. What was a stark contrast to Nuke, which featured 8 clutches between the two teams won. This second map, only 1 of those, because we really did have some dominating rounds. And at the start, it was Vitality. It felt like the continuation of Nuke. But NAVI have started to turn this around.
This just turned into a very high-level half. I think it's very, very impressive for NAVI. You know, unfortunately, they don't get more rounds because they started off a little bit slower, but that's also because Vitality played extremely well. So pushed to their limits. Still, NAVI delivered a very strong comeback. Makaze has a much better map here, and now they really are on to be able to take Anubis.
Des called for an uptick in Makaze in this grand finals. Well, you got what you asked for. Now to replicate that on the T side's the challenge. ZywOo, one of the 2 sets of Berettas in this pistol. Rops hangs on to his as well, playing over towards camera. And ZywOo lets him know he's ready for this commitment if NAVI do truly follow through off this util. Challenge to try to come out through the E-box. It does get that flank to go active, and Flamesy has yet to find an opening kill on this map. Now 0-5 in opening duels.
What a spot.
Robs has got the right position to dodge this. Oh, but the bomb carrier is still able to give himself enough cover to get down into the site with the plant. 5v3 for the 5v2. And NAVI want that lead right back. We've got Mezzy to control the 1 kill back towards Closet. ZywOo down through camera. The longer he waits, the closer the rest of the T's get to this. There's actually only 2 players here. And ZywOo's trying to work this out with Mezzy. They find 1 player up close.
Mezzy's low.
Now we get this camera alert coming down from Makaze. He's the last piece. Oh, the 2v5 denied! But the final challenge, the final boss. Makaze to make a world of difference here throughout New Anubis.
I'm glad he's getting his flowers. Man, that was close. A nice 1v2 from Makaze with the turnaround. He definitely could have died. A labored effort there right at the end. But they really needed every little bit. An incredible attempt at the retake, to be honest. But all that matters for NAVI is it's a win. Now he's playing to his potential.
They're gonna need him all night long. And what could wind up being a grueling best of 5. Vitality force buy to try to get NAVI off kilter at the start of the attack is a single M4, double MP9. And at the moment, you've got Alexi kind of freed up here, right? No more grenades to preoccupy him, just this MAC-10. We'll see what kind of info he can gather as he looks to be this 1 player still keeping eyes on mid-bridge. And you can see Navi's forces looking to come together for the B split.
But they're willing to give up this A presence in the B split. I don't know. It feels like Vitality are kind of looking forward to it.
It's the right lean, but an MP9 to duel at that distance, no surprise to find Flamesy cut down to 30 health. Robs is gonna catch a pistol kill. Now ZywOo's rifle gets into the action, and they're gonna stop him with just the 1. It's Flamesy low health, still delivers. But both him and Rops are also dangerously low. Wonderful 1v2 is gonna dive the backside. And he's got no idea where Rops has gotten off to. But he's got the bomb and he's got the plant that comes with it. Wonderful's giving himself cover. Rops never found an upgrade. Smoke still over towards Long.
He's just got through it.
Wonderful trying to figure this out. Goes for the back plat position, and as Rops gets closer, he'll connect. Unbelievable set of kills here for Rops. And the force buy for Vitality connects.
His crosshair placement had to be millimeter precise. 26 HP and a 5-7 from that distance. It is perfection out of Rops. Had the right read, trusted it, hit the shot. Frank, that's insane. He gets double headshot with the 5-7 from there too.
This too, Flamesy surviving more damage in that second kill. For a moment, it was gonna feel like ZywOo had to find the multi off the M4.
Oh my goodness, it's unreal.
For a player who only found his first clutch at this event back on Nuke,
yeah,
for him to post this one, remember the turning point in map 1. It was Rops' clutch versus Ema, and then every round thereafter.
Yeah, but they played against Gamer Legion. Apex said their CT sides on every map they're feeling amazing about, but over passages, for some reason, they can get uncomfortable sometimes, funnily enough, of all maps. But that's why even though this is Anubis, NAVI on T-side, doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
Walk into the office, Rops yet again catches them off, and usually when he's got it, it's the double off, but right now he is just the only one.
He's going to go MVP mode, isn't he?
I want to say we haven't seen a round lost by Vitality if Rops has an op in his hand tonight. Pulled it out at least twice back on Nuke, 2-0 in that regard, and now here as well. Features it over towards that one site, and Apex wants to get off B. He pushes forward, awkward for a second.
Yeah, very. He doesn't know about this, but it doesn't matter.
Just pistols, but still Mikaze collects one with the Galil. This is a B site suddenly primed for the taking, but the bomb's still sitting up on that long shelf. This is not a bomb in sight. They've got to go back for this. Oh, this is gonna get incredibly awkward for Alexi.
Oh, it's so far away. He doesn't want to have to abandon his post. There's no flank coming in. He'll get smoked as he has to try to exit again. And this cross smoke hasn't come up yet. Flamesy's prodding this.
They're starting to redirect because of that bomb needing to be picked up. They just leave Mikaze for death.
And ZywOo's already making a move. He's trying to get here quick. He will be able to cut this off if he goes quickly enough.
It's no contest in middle, but Wonderful's had knife out, sprinting the entire time. Clearly leaps and bounds ahead of the bomb carrier, but caught in the back of sight. Still delivers. A much needed headshot here for Wonderful. That's gonna give that bomb plant a guarantee. Vitality scrambled back for this retake.
I mean, Rob's coming in super slowly. He's got an op to work with. They can wait the smoke out. Wonderful's position starts to get a little bit more insecure.
He's worried about it, and there is a flash for Flamesy to try to get him through, but they're gonna try to throw a flash at a camera on their own terms. Wonderful stuff, point blank.
Oh, he got in front of it.
Flamesy's able to best both of them, and we've got Vitality in the lead.
The timing was almost perfect. Flash just needed to release a second sooner, half a second sooner, if that. Really like the play there for NAVI, but equally impressive here for Vitality. They didn't have the most to work with, though, NAVI coming into that attack, but still, lead now for the defense.
Man, I would have loved to see what NAVI could have pulled off had bomb not gotten stuck on that shelf.
Yeah, waited for the entire smoke to come up, but that's also what Flamesy was waiting for, and they were hoping he was just far back, not inside of it. That's Counter-Strike, though. Why the game isn't won on a single round. But now Vitality winning all the right rounds. It's an anti-eco here. Start farming up the economy. And the fact they can always threaten that double up, no matter how expensive it is.
Doesn't shoot on the first. Misses on the second. They're already out through E-bombs.
Yeah, these Tech-9s can get dangerous.
This is very dangerous with how close they've gotten. ZywOo just leans back further, missing more and more chances. What? A flying M4 move here from Apex actually offers a rifle over to the players in the site. Oh, and then Wonderful connects with the Desert Eagle.
Great shot.
That's his second kill of the round, and Emap pushing this M4 off of the bomb site. Doesn't go for the play. He's not ready. ZywOo had a pistol out. He sensed that was free for the taking, and now NAVI on a robbery have gotten beyond this B bomb site.
Yeah, and they will be running it to the other side of the map. Now, Rops has not wasted any time in clearing this out, so he won't necessarily be slow. Ima coming to watch for this, and crazy that Rops is still walking here. But the plants goes down. Yeah, so surely he's just a dead man.
Ima's got him locked and loaded. Huge round now for NAVI. First real issue we've seen in a defensive round like that, and a couple of miscalculations. Apex jumping out through main to give that M4 over.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, ZywOo never anticipating that push off of Ema from the bomb site up close.
Yeah, it was crazy to see this move. There was definitely a weird amount of some weird comms that came through, and Wonderful's Deagle shot's just fantastic. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. But the sites are always most easily guarded at their choke points. Once they let them break down those gates, of course, it was going to get very difficult.
That is a turning point in this game. Look at the buy that it has left Vitality on. You've been fighting for small chances. Don't you dare let this one slip. Rops' 5-7 could have gotten even more lethal, but Bit'll survive on a third of his health.
They want to run at this. Look how much damage they take.
Perfectly placed.
They're going to wait in front of a smoke. Are they going to really go through this?
No, they hit that pause button as everybody else for Vitality scrambles over.
They did not want to cancel this idea. There's still not great guns here. There's no kit in play here for the CT side.
Look at the activity, this move from Vitality back into mid. Constantly trying to freshen this up. ZywOo to cross the bridge. He's not alone, but there's a nice bit of timing between him and Mezzi. This is ZywOo, bait on the end of the hook.
It's just that you cross this minute mark. There are going to be some pushes you just don't watch for.
There's a lot of it. Oh, two sitting ducks!
No, they're both dead instantly. Perfect accuracy. Now they're surrounded.
Looking like back-to-back force buy victories for each of the teams.
Find the gap. Of course, they find the gap.
Alexi had just checked it, turns away.
It's still possible. Like, they haven't got those guns back. So ZywOo's still here on a 5-7. Flamesy is too.
This could be big. This is a good duel for the M4. Apex, yeah, perfect distraction, just a little bit. Oof, World War Mikaze spins, but that one gets denied. Now still no bomb spotted in the middle of all of this.
Ima can put up a clutch. He absolutely can do it. Blade's already thinking about the next round.
Apex is going to give him the space, the respect to take this bomb site. Remains tucked over towards the water. He's going to force Ima's hand for the bomb plant on one
not
side.
Gonna work. They can run at this now.
He's going to be able to get it down, I think. Temple push, he knows. Yeah, he knows. A matter of milliseconds, Mezzi claims it, and Vitality will find themselves back in the lead off of 3 5-7 frags.
I thought it was a key round that they just won, but it actually, it wasn't. Vitality answered back with nothing. First 5-7 kiss. Rops is 5-7, I mean, and then this. How many 5-7 kills have we got this match? All from Vitality.
The fact that the player further from ZywOo is the one with low health, so he dies to the first and only 5-7 shot on him.
Yeah.
Makes that all the harder. We've got Blade with a timeout.
Ready to talk. Always credited for how much information he can fit into attack pause. I think there isn't pressure on coaches. They're on the clock. But this is about to get real ugly. I mean, NAVI are buying. Wonderful has an op to work with. It's got to be the most fantastic strat. It's got to be, see how much utility they're getting out of this.
Not a lot.
That is just.
And some of it destined to be thrown out of spawn means.
To be honest, with Wonderful having an op and the Tech-9s we saw, like their ability to explode, I'm sure there's a chance they can pull this out, but if they don't win, it's crushing.
Wonderful not wanting to get fooled by that boost again. That's some PTSD. Tense round here with the triple rifle setup of NAVI.
It's super calm. I mean, it's off the tack pause. Vitality don't know what they're going to try to do. On CT side, you don't want to push if you don't have to. They know that NAVI, if they're forcing, they don't have everything.
And so if they don't have a lot, and you see the smoke and incendiary drop in this B site,
yeah, you know this is an opportunity, actually.
Feels like a pretty heavy investment from NAVI if you're Vitality, flying blind in this round, but there's no follow through within that. And without any follow through, that internal timer starts to tick. The threat of the mid play, and ZywOo wants to go back, but again, remember the lethal Tech-9s.
They have to walk, they don't have smoke.
He doesn't want to get blasted away by one of these sudden pops, the rushes that these pistols have offered before. And so a Heaven player and Flamesy pressed against this long smoke. Frag grenade and a flash still for Navi. 25 seconds, here comes the commitment. ZywOo hits his. Flamesy's bested with nothing. And as Rob sits towards heaven, he'll deal with another one of these pistols. ZywOo on the scene. Imez got the gun for this. Op up close, and he misses his chance. Imez gonna clear. Another fight comes his way. He'll deny them both. Navi make this happen. 3 consecutive rounds where the team with less pulls off the round wins. We are getting back into the nitty-gritty.
Ooh, that's a nice round out of Ima. That kill on ZywOo looked like it was going to escape him. Very, very close shave there. But the call is great. I mean, ZywOo has eyes on middle just in time, and they don't have a smoke for him on the left side of mid, but they still can just take one death and still get camera control, still have a split coming towards 8, and get the opening frag on their A attack. Only 1 frag on the defense. That was a Hail Mary.
That's how he finds it. Really well done by Bit. Comes through with that follow-up on Robs as well, and then Emek unleashes for his double. Oh, reads Flamesy like a book. Flamesy's the only player in this server right now without a successful opening duel across both teams.
What's crazy, it was such a crazy investment to come through with, but it doesn't even grant them an eco from the other team. Now is where they can get that. They've just tied the game and made up for the fact they lost to those 5-7s.
We go 4 rounds back and forth, non-consecutive victories. Both teams' economies on the finest margins. Take an early look at that A site, but it's also a pretty quick disengage.
Yeah, default. Make sure they aren't trying any pushes. CTs aren't interested in participating. And if no one's pushing, that's going to be weak. Yeah.
The dud molly.
And they want to go quick.
Scary spot here for Apex playing in front of the nades. Oh, they're all over. They also pop open his little bit of cover. And so exiting out to the site in a second, Mezzi still keeping them blocked off from long, and ZywOo back on plat.
Oh, they got to re-smoke. That helps out Mezzi a ton.
That should keep the bomb out of this, but ZywOo's forced to reposition, whittled down to half health. Mezzi's pistol collects one, and he's able to try to find a piece behind the obelisk to hang on to. 35 seconds.
This swing is everything.
Rotates coming over. Rob's still trying to get active, but quite still some distance afar. And Mezzi collects a second, finally put to rest. Wonderful's off to make the difference. Here's that Rob's play. First of 3 collected, and then they bust him, and we've got Navi with consecutive round wins.
They are really showing their teeth. So much grit from Navi to take a lead back in this game. Fantastic series of rounds. Insane they found a way back in after the way they've lost and the way that they started this game. And it looks like the tack pauses they've taken where Blade has talked have actually had a massive impact on the outcomes of these situations.
To which we shouldn't be surprised. We've seen them try plenty of times before and always come up short. Vitality forced to take a knee in round 20.
At this point, the only thing that can make that last map loss worse is losing this one too. Oh, okay.
Don't say it.
How many 5-7 kills are Vitality going to get this half?
Don't say it.
Not another.
ZywOo tries to pounce on the stairs player. He's burning.
He got them both.
Mikaze catching Flamesy, who looked to trade there. That was a little bit wild from ZywOo, not able to capitalize. Would have loved to stop this top-performing Mikaze in his tracks. But you're not even banking on a singular gun here for Vitality. A deep shot there would have maybe changed things, but instead Mezzi just added to the pile of bodies here in the 20th round, and it's smooth sailing for Mikaze as he collects his 22nd frag of map 2, a total turnaround between his underperforming stats back on Nuke to this one.
How is it that Robs can just hold the A site with only a 5-7?
He's Robs.
Yeah. But that's all they get out of this round. Don't clear him here. There's no kits in play. Well, he might have a chance to do a lot of damage, actually. They have totally ignored this possibility, it looks like. I mean, what is happening right
NAVI
now?
are wigging out. They have no idea what's going on. Rob's waiting for the fourth one. There we go. Activates, AK grabbed, and
he's safe.
He is
wow.
Yeah, he is in a league of his own.
Little extraction mission. That's kind of insane by Robs. Like, he actually knew how many people were out there, but he made it so that he could get a gun and escape.
Of course he does. This is the round there, the kills that could have turned it.
Yeah.
But Makaze hanging on for the double kill here is massive. Kind of stops Vitality in the tracks of aggression, and then he goes from there into the B bomb site on a tear. There's no way that NAVI have forgotten the burn that was the failure on Nuke to close. A 2-round lead over Vitality, but a Vitality that bounced back in this round with guns. Fort Worth never stopped believing in this NAVI hope of a grand finals victory, and seemingly NAVI also trying to tap back into that self-belief.
Well, 11-9 again on the second map, but this time it feels a little bit better for NAVI. 9 of Vitality's 29 frags this half are with the 5-7. Down. Getting a third of their kills, basically. That's just ludicrous. I wonder what percentage will be with an AUG.
New meta. Interesting. Zai would have just played mid with his head tucked. It's never over till it's over when it comes with Vitality. We've seen rounds with NAVI have no util and have to kind of make the most of their one and only chances, but right now...
There was no tack between this one, right? Well, Alexi flying so low. They want to make it go back to mid. I feel like Vitality are going to be worried about this. Molly comes down. A lot more utility from both sides in this situation. Sideways rotates interesting. It's the wrong direction.
It's a battle for map control, but yeah, you're right. Numbers on the wrong side. Yeah. Huge ask of Flamesy in a moment. He's got 4 players walking out middle.
They're going to blow this
front
open.
of him.
Flamesy's going to be spotted.
He's stepping in it. He'll find one player back. Turn to the flash. No way!
They ate it.
Flamesy with a robbery of a double kill. 5v3 for Vitality. Suddenly, the long player gets to emerge.
15 seconds. They have to go now.
Wanting to try to challenge Temple instead. Robs has got the AUG tucked down in the sight. 7 on the clock. Zaiwu emerges. Wonderful thinks that the sight is clear and he's wrong. Robs hangs on, and Vitality stopped them in their tracks.
And he drops that AUG. He gets onto the op, and it's because Flamesy's inside that camera smoke. We've seen him in there before. This time it's not a retake, it's a sight defense. The nade and the flash were designed to catch him. I don't even know how he dodged that flash. It must have landed right behind him. And he's in the perfect spot, essentially, to capitalize on both of those.
What a margin that Vitality have just utilized to get that 10th round win.
Talking 1-round game. Blade back to it.
Final timeout for Blade.
Yeah. Vitality have 1 remaining. Don't even know if that's going to get burned. And again, it's just so much economic pressure. It's great when you have lots of ideas and lots of money to go with it, but they've really had to just jimmy rig a lot of these rounds. And even though we saw Zaiwu leave and rotate to the wrong side, they just had such a great defense right there with Flamesy. Knew how to play it.
NAVI lose this round. Even overtime could be now under question.
Yeah, totally.
Totally bottomed out. Bank accounts.
What we've seen so far. Anyone can win any round. That much has been proved.
Low round loss bonus in the next 2, so they will be scrapping for change. As a frag grenade, not even needed. Zaiwu peeks out at the perfect time. I love that he goes for that peek as the nade is clearly coming to Makaze, because the nade just serves up a distraction for Makaze to make a move. And the peak is on top of it. Apex, so clean.
Yo, we got ROPS on both sides.
That's what we're looking for. A clinical execution out of the in-game leader of Vitality for the 5v3 advantage.
That is not what Navi needed right now. At least Alexi gets a better gun out of this. And most of their utility is still here. That's about as clean as it gets from the captain of Vitality. Full attack coming in.
Double molly in front of mid.
They're not wasting this utility.
No chance he can exit, and it's put down at the same time of Navi's last volley of nades themselves. Got a frag grenade for Bit, a flash that never gets used. Mezzi's traded after one, and Apex there's triple. Shuts him down inside of that bomb site. Tied game once more, and we alluded to that low money. Only one player for Navi with more than $2,000 for this next one.
Apex shows us what you do when you have too many players on the site, where it's a site like A-site overpass, gets too crowded too quickly.
Get active.
Yeah, like they use the flash from a player in the back. He can come through when that smoke's done too and try to help fight, but sending someone out to be aggro is actually the perfect way to maximize your presence. Deny any plant chance for a plant. Leave nothing up to chance here. Tied scoreline.
Vitality have made the CT side happen off of, as we alluded to, those 5.7s. The pistols have been so valuable. Well, now they find themselves in the hands of Navi instead. Makaze grabs the upgrade and looks to go join forces with this Navi pack in a 5v4. There we go, give it over. But nobody's got the Kevlar. Who will be your champion? They hand it off to Bit. And they stay numbers strong on the approach to this A-bomb site.
Grenades are everything here.
You've got Robs and Flamesy inside of it, but they're already ahead of the play. Lineups, all too easy. Robs and Flamesy, total shutdown. Vitality hit 12 first.
They've guaranteed overtime in this game as well. Different ways of getting there between last map and this, but the same in terms of resilience. Getting better each round, and these two players have been doing an amazing job at defending A.
Navi had to wait for this buy to try to force overtime. Features everything they need to try to make this happen. Vitality on the brink of a second soul-crushing map win in this best-of-5 grand finals. Zywoo first towards bridge. Plenty of players to come his way, and he's gonna take the duel on his terms, and he doesn't expect Makaze to be ahead of that smoke. Man advantage for Navi, trying to get beyond the regulation, and he'll catch Apex. Makaze has been an animal in this second map of play. Mezzi finds his second, and Flamesy on the emergence. Makaze's done everything so far, but as he sits on 13 health, you'd think this is a massive ask. A quad kill on the brink of an ace to chase down Rops, his last challenge. They pause, the nade flies, and Makaze soars towards the floor as Vitality comes again! Vitality do as they do, but they did lose their Dust 2 streak at this very same event. Can they rebound here in Grand Finals? It's about time we find out if it's just another Vitality stomp in Texas.
They've already done it once here to Navi. Navi also super solid on the map, but I feel like it's kind of the perfect place in a best-of-5 for Dust 2. It's not the opener. Second map, who knows what happens. Third map, you're fully warmed up. You've got a lot past you. And so it's never going to be a problem of aim at this point. We might get a very high-level map to end it. It might go on because of the comfort on both sides, but you never know what you're going to get with Dust 2. You never know.
Never know when you're going to get popped through a smoke by doing nothing wrong. As he'll let his teammates try to pull off this 4v5 retake attempt. We got Navi already up through the CT spawn. Awkward little Glock burst. That's fine. Kill start to come back, and then all of a sudden we get this burst out of Navi. Apex misses a few shots. Very clean from Navi. Very confident, in fact, the way they just rolled that forward the moment the deep CT smoke faded.
Yeah, when the one trade came back, it looked like it was actually a great spot for Vitality in the post plant. Now the best thing about it is the bomb plant. Navi off to a good start again. It was the last bullet.
Couple of nice taps that's sprinkled into this one.
No matter how much Dust 2 evolves, it's always just going to come down to moments like that on long crosses. It's going to come down to how you mid-B. And do you meet your quota on your CT side? Ooh. Damn, okay. Well, I mean, it's also just based on what's happened already in the past. No kits here for NAVI.
Interesting.
Be careful.
I mean, this is a very lethal buy for Vitality. You've got a couple of Galils, you've got a Scout, you've already got long control, in fact.
It's also, it's Vitality on Dust 2. They planted.
Alexi B whittles down to 15 health. Good double cap push here for Navi. Ooh! Oh! And Mikaze with the FAMAS slams Apex out of this one. That Scout never given a chance. He tags 1 for 70. That's wonderful. Wounded by Apex. I hope somebody else oversteps out middle, giving ZywOo a chance for that Scout to work. Mac-10's not really the tool for this job, but 3v5, you got to get desperate.
They would like to take that swing on long and just clear out pit, and then just could, fan back out across the map. But here they already sense that Vitality are taking it slow, thinking about other things. Might be one more chance at a peek as Emma starts to peer out into mid. Shot. Uh-oh, he doesn't get the kill. And that's actually another one. It's a 3v5 situation turned 3v2 in favor of Vitality. And here's where maybe that kit could be a problem. Maybe it won't even be necessary. Wonderful has 30 HP, cowering behind single. ZywOo could literally spam this if he wanted to.
He is hoping he catches them off guard. Fire's gonna flush him out.
Oh, the headshot!
From downtown, ZywOo sends that Scout shot sailing. And now Bit, full HP in a 1v3. His hands will be busy for the plant. Flamesy now freed up to go hunting for his 4th frag. It's damage, and it's Mezzy to close out. A huge triple kill sequence here from Flamesy. The force buy in a 3v5. Vitality.
All they did was walk back middle. These 2 kills happened. That's insane out of Mikaze. Oh, man.
Nasty.
All Flamesy. And an insane shot from ZywOo as well. Eyes in tears.
Flamesy currently trails ZywOo by 0.08 rating in this event. He's finding impact as this grand finals goes on. We've seen Rops pick up MVPs over ZywOo. Can Flamesy put his name into the bright lights in what could be the last map of the series?
He's so well earned, I mean, into this year. In terms of, he's got most improved. He's got absolutely most improved player.
Two players ahead of that smoke, though.
Get me out of here. Rops has seen me.
You don't want to get locked in with him, but the fallback into the bomb site goes well. We've got a Scout here, 2, of course, on the field for Navi.
They're so ready just to make this a cap play now, though, after that info. ZywOo's still low, and wonderful. We'll still have the long cross. See about this utility. Great first flash. Second one's got to come out.
There's a lot of space off that one flash. The second one just guarantees that 3 players can get out onto the bomb site. An uninterrupted plant here in round 3. Although some damage for Apex to have to stomach. We'll see how much of a risk Navi still want to throw at it.
All they have to do is wait like 10 seconds, and then there won't really be a retake here. They haven't dealt with Rops in the tunnels. They haven't got themselves in really good spots to pull this off. But they might want to hunt him down.
In this case, it's a Navi just looking to keep this for the next round.
His timing is so unreal. Like, even passing that second pillar right when that push is about to take place.
Sometimes it can feel like Rops is just playing a single-player game. The way he is separated from the pack, doing his own thing, totally different flavor, and yet still extracting value out of these late-round moments. So just hoping to have kept anything for the next round. There's a world where Rops dies, but he'll be adamant about clearing corners. Keeps that AK in hand. Oh, Scout shot whizzes over his head, and Wonderful just wants to keep his paws on that one. So Scout to be featured here in round 4, but it's Vitality with an early lead.
Great flashes, pacifist run, don't need any kills to get that bomb planted, and then that's it. A couple of eco deaths, we move on. Recycle the op. Kaze off one smoke. We got a 5-7 on Alexi, and we'll have to see what the idea is.
It's lower control now for Vitality. Already 2 players past that scout's mark. See Wonderful just run back to the bomb site. We saw last time when he was kind of positioned back there, the flashbangs totally neutralized him. And so far there's been a certain inability out of NAVI to interrupt the Vitality approach up catwalk into that A play. Bomb still sits top middle, so at some point we're gonna need a recovery here for Vitality when the commitment comes through, but they really just want to get an advantage before any commitments happen. Wonderful back at it with a deeper angle. Will find damage. Flamesy not afraid to follow through with the duel. Keeps that scout true, and now towards doors, 3 CTs to stack up as Rops and Mezzi bring up the rear, but there's actually a redirection. Remember, Flamesy's low HP because of the wonderful damage, but he's also holding on to the bomb. Now we get this confirmation, the flurry of CTs out middle. Mezzi's gonna mow them down, and it all boils down to an Alexi B 1v5 at the end. So Vitality play with all options, offer over 1 AK. More damage to be done, but that gets denied by Apex. So a singular kill is all that NAVI find.
They're up against it all. It's just, at this point, 2-0 down on Dust 2. They're going to try to fight hard, but now because they won, they lost that insane comeback on map 1. Then they lose map 2 where it's close. They actually play extremely well. I mean, there's just never going to be a point where you feel so hopeless. You think it would be some kind of negative for Vitality that NAVI were able to have an 11-0 half. It's actually the opposite. It's going to add to their story one day when we look back and tabulate all the incredible results they've had. Remember that comeback in the grand finals, how they get another 3-0.
Yes, sir.
Their record in map wins, regardless of how close it's got, like all those things are what make them king.
You know, I feel like we've never even discussed a map streak in grand finals. Like, we're just finding new things to praise Vitality for, and that streak is truly living on even within this best of 5. And you can go back to 2025, and I always think of Australia, when Falcons really pushed them to the limits. But building up throughout that year, the best year we've seen from Vitality yet, there were close calls. It's a team that can dig deep, and even at an event here where they started to reference the exhaustion, the lack of practice, them letting off the gas pedal, here we are again, BO5 Sunday, and Vitality just looking like NAVI can't get that edge.
I mean, even managing their stamina and like their workload is a skill, because they do have to like ramp at the right times, and for them, I'll just stay peaked the entire way through. So it seems like they managed to do it. Feeling like this matchup is not even truly a rivalry so far.
Given a chance to shine again, but we saw that the flashes have countered Wonderful on these kinds of holds.
Yeah, and it's, you know, standard 2-1-2. He's got one flash to fall back. He's just going to stick around, but another scaling flash is going to come through. Doesn't even need it, really. They've already got him off this line.
Look how brave that challenge is. No way Rops is tucked into this corner. Oh my God, he's ahead of it.
And Bit, I mean, maybe he takes his timing. Yeah, Bit doesn't see it.
Bit's more concerned about the actual B bomb site, but once more, Wonderful was unable to stop anybody on the follow through out Cat.
He just closes the door behind him, then waits.
Yep.
And now he can actually activate when they have to watch everything else.
Zywoo finds the headshot on Alexi. Ema the only player to get engaged, and Rops is going to just actively flank through. It is perfection as we start to tap into Vitality's potential. We know that Dust 2, as the analyst has said, is the foundation of this Vitality roster, their streak and their success. And yeah, okay, the streak of map wins on Dust 2 came to a close here earlier in Fort Worth, but now it's all about rebuilding. And just because you take that one step back at the start of this tournament doesn't mean that that foundation has fallen apart. Vitality, there are no cracks here on this map.
That kind of makes sense. I mean, probably the hardest map to like really get a good amount of Counter-Strike going, like the tells and everything. Like, you can only go so deep, and if you've got the 5 best players all on the same team, where would you want to play if you're not going to put in a ton of prep, let's say, or you're going to try to just have a lot of longevity to your map? Like, you're going to want to go with the one that highlights your individuals.
Some nasty ones in this. We've got that bomb still resting top middle. Bit's going to try to push forward to grab the gun. Meanwhile, Alexi puts that 5-7 to work, and Bit, sure enough, keeps this one pinched. That actually cuts the bomb off. This is suddenly out of nowhere. From a 2v4, a potential winnable round if only Mezzi didn't have the time to go long, but that long wrap around is still going to get him onto the bomb site.
That's kind of fun. Let's see if we can figure out where Apex is, or if he forces Apex to move. No, it won't happen. He's dead. 5-1 for Vitality. It's a whirlwind of very fast T rounds.
Double up variation coming through from Navi in the next round. At this point, you're down 5-1. You got to change it up. A different attempt here between Wonderful and Bit. Zaiwu ready for the op challenge. Confirms 2 players crossing through those doors. Looks for the cat challenge instead, but that's not being set up. Bit's up on long, looking to go pry its eyes through the doors, and this could damn well catch a player off, but that also banks on somebody stepping up to the challenge.
The perfect line to catch one off. You're not going to see Wonderful here too often. See if Mezzi drops his guard. Now, he just put in a little bit of work. Clear out that side. Nice shot from Wonderful. It goes unnoticed. Got an up on either extremity right now. Apex trying to weave his way in between 2 mollies. That's a solid find. That HE can't kill him, but it can do a lot.
Just forced to keep repositioning here at 45 seconds. Mid control yet again has Vitality's name
Man, a
just stamped
2v3
across
though, you
it.
almost wish you didn't have the second off now that the split can come through. They're not going to rotate over. It's really on Imma to make his way down.
We're waiting for this window challenge.
Oh my goodness.
Saw a glimpse of that.
Oh, he got it. Oh, they don't even realize they gave one away, and Apex just goes wandering up cat.
That at least helps out. One player shaved off the cat play. Iman's looking to challenge the smoke. He's going to find them exposed, but they catch him with the kill. Mikaze collects one on the doorway, 20 on the clock. Mikaze tries to hold off window, and that's great damage on Ross. They flush him out, and Vitality find footing inside the bomb site.
Molly's just perfect. We got a flank in from tunnels, but nothing. Won't be suspicious here to Vitality. They got 2 players here. They can watch both choke points. They have a Molly down, smoke in the door.
Having to wait out this utility is just agonizing for Navi in this one.
I mean, this is possible. Rob's going to give you one chance to get the shot in.
It's 32 health. He keeps his head tucked for now, and Alexi starts to stomp it forward. That's the kit as well. Keep note of that. He pops up, grabs the frag in an instant, and now a tough one for Bit to try to close the distance. Will find Mezzi. Robs is going to play it patiently, and there is, again, no kit here. Nothing Bit can do about it. You'll find your frag. Try to save that off, but it was all about Alexi getting closer. Vitality, off a man disadvantage, still win the round.
All these grand finals, it just seems like it's getting easier. It's crazy. And the fact that, because it's so easy in some of these maps, you don't have to exert yourself as much as well. We see lots of teams that get to the top, and we talk about how they're better as a gestalt, they're better as a unit, and what they're calling like Navi, than they are as a group of individuals. But it's just that Vitality obviously have both. I don't want a team speak. I want like a mind. I want to know what they're thinking.
That's a dangerous game.
Oh, you spotted him. I'll have to give that up.
Gonna Again, right now, Navi just mispositioned. It's going to be Makaze with a Deagle versus all of Vitality in a second. And there's already a T-smoke down towards CT to keep the numbers at bay. This would have to be godlike from Makaze. Hits the first one. Player goes over, gets the crosshair off, tries to spam through, and they're just going to overwhelm him. The swarm comes out through the tunnels. And Bit knows he's got one locked in behind that car.
You don't have utility, though.
Go ahead, keep your head down. Apex deals with the flurry that comes through the windowsill. It's a 7-1 lead Vitality. The worst place Navi have found themselves in all series long.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. It's not like they've had to grind back too many, super good score lines. The first, I think it was 5-1 in the last map, so there's that. But again, there's just a difference in the energy. Gap on Dust 2 seems like the widest one so far.
Nice!
And it must feel insane. You're playing Dust 2, and you're good at it, too. How can you not figure out how to win rounds? Blade will give it a shot. One timeout remaining for Navi. They get back into this round. They've been going deep off cat. They've tried a 2-op setup, one on long doors, which is a little different. The rotations have been okay. The trades are just not nearly as good.
Zywo's just had an eye on this mid door the entire time.
Opening duels don't even matter.
Takes more than that to stop them here. Trying to go numbers strong, hoping this is the solution and looking to set this up with the Alexi B flashbang. It boils down to a matter of timing.
Don't mind this at all. I mean, they haven't turned the corner as a problem. If this flash goes off, they're going to hear this.
Now they're stuck out there, but great cover out a bit through middle. Flamesy wants to get that kill back, and he will die in his efforts. What?
He's picked up 2 somehow.
Just slays both of the cat players that try to overstep. It's only Bit through the doorway that ends up going well for Navi. Wonderful awaiting some kind of a play from tunnels, but it's in transition that things get awkward. He had the line.
Oh, he's
he makes
eating
it harder for himself, and missing that shot could spell disaster now for the B-site hold. Rox is going to best him. Man advantage established. And in another moment, the man advantage for Navi means nothing. It is freebie after freebie as Vitality slay the final 2. Alexi.
Go for it.
Dealing with the Zywu flank, you've got little to lose. Give it the Hail Mary.
Surely. He's not even going to really try it here. That's kind of crazy, but they just don't even have, they have a kid on cat, I guess. He's going to go back and get that up. Still thinking about the win, but not winning the round. You guys like saving? That's crazy, but I feel like go for it.
Why not?
Yeah.
I guess Blade watching over your shoulder. This will be a Navi that's hoping their T-side can take over the game, but they have not had to play catch up this hard. And just another moment to stew in it.
That won't help.
Not allowed to give up, but Wonderful might want to. One lead. We thought to ourselves that with Vitality losing Dust 2, maybe you can touch them on this map. It's a quick reminder to everybody else in the world, Vitality don't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon.
Sometimes when their streak ends, it's like they play Legacy in the first stage of the event.
Best of 1.
Yeah, best of 1. They lose on Inferno. Here they lose to Foot with a coach, but obviously 4 out of 5 on Foot are insane. Julio still played pretty well, but it's day 1 is the big thing. Day 1 of an event. If they're really saying they're not playing a lot leading into the events, then yeah, kind of adds up. But it just doesn't matter. Those are just streaks, you know, for their own vanity, for the stories afterwards, the impressive numbers. But it's not affecting the trophy list at all.
It's really just us who are trying to put them under a microscope so that we can pick at all the tiny faults, because we're so sick of speaking of the victories, the success. And when they do all of that, every small fault line has to be studied, and we thought maybe there's wiggle room now on Dust 2, but like I said, a reminder of the reality. Back into the play, 8-1 lead. Vitality's T-side now versus just 3 rifles in this round. You can feel Navi trying to squirm out of this stomp, but Vitality will give you no room to do so.
They don't look lazy. They don't look like they're just phoning it in. It doesn't look like they're not coming through with different ideas each round. It's just that none of those things are good enough, really. Right on them. They can try to push, but they just ate the flash too. Oh, man, they're in front of it. Oh, boy.
And again, Zywoo, good for the first one.
Brutal. They needed to fall back.
At least you've got Wonderful in the mix, still to be swarmed. Rops instant on Makaze. And Rops is going to follow through as Wonderful's just looking to survive, looking to run for the hills, asking for mercy.
I'm losing my mind. What's happening? It's making it look like Paper Mario. They're just falling to the ground.
Vitality doing nothing but cementing themselves as the absolute best. It's not just Zywoo, it's this entire team, 9-1 over Navi.
Drops with the 4K. And didn't use that many bullets to do it.
The official prediction market of Blast Premier.
Tag on the cross. Makaze, he started a rifle round. He's already down to 25.
At least Wonderful's been able to go for this earlier angle. There we go, get it active. There's been so much move for Vitality out middle. And Wonderful's just been stuck playing over towards long. But again, here's the answer. Vitality have responses. They're gonna try to flush you out from behind that smoke bit. He's just looking for safety.
I mean,
it's gonna cost him everything. No sanctuary to be found. At least hot to the trot are the remaining Navi players. They sit just outside of this bomb site. And we've got Zywoo still towards T-spawn.
Yeah, they can pause if they want to. They actually have so much utility still. And see another player somehow walks out of the door.
Oh, but then Zywoo strikes from top middle.
Okay, one-on-one. It's the two Whoppers going head-to-head. Wonderful is going to stick to this M4, and Zywoo on the AK. Up in the window, ready for the duel.
But it's the bomb and...
How did he figure that out? What was the point of that rotation? All just for that one chance that he might be outside the window.
To not give him the duel from bottom mid, but instead to hit it out of CT spawn.
That is just crazy.
It's not crazy, brother. It's Zywoo.
Yeah, and the perfect molly throw, they line that up so it doesn't get extinguished from the smoke on the back of the site. Don't say they aren't trying. That's just crazy.
Woo! Looking to give Navi a taste of their own medicine with an 11-1 half themselves. We saw Vitality claw their way back out of that scoreline on Nuke. We'll see if Navi have what Vitality are made of. Safe to say things feel bleak. Cat Flash connects on both. And you've got Apex collecting a kill towards middle on Bit, but Wonderful fighting on with that 6 HP. A second round on a CT side looking likely.
I mean,
but it's all just so that we can bask in his glory. Yeah. How about Zywoo 1v3 clutch?
It's 2026. Zywoo, he's been putting these rounds together very often. In op, lots of utility to work with.
Alexi in the open. Oh, here it comes.
Carte blanche for you, Zywoo, and he can even go to another gun, but he's gonna stay on the deagle.
All the nades in the world. Scoops up the AK, has the bomb, and starts to walk away just as they're getting into position. Now, I mean, he's got the nades to block off this cat flank.
Is he trying to goad them into following on this flank?
He's given over the audio. They keep making moves. They're going to send Wonderful in first on that 6 HP.
No way.
But he's made audio, and he's blindsided, but still they don't kill him. And if you don't kill him, you give him a chance. But Wonderful just runs it forward. Navi will double their rounds at the end of this half. It does seem Zywoo can die.
saw for a second there. The monster is back.
Let's play a game.
There are some players that are just born differently.
Some try to intimidate you.
He doesn't try to. Everything he does is deliberate.
You never really feel outplayed. You just feel late.
There is no pattern.
And they can't find him, man. He's been so slippery.
He doesn't move faster. He's moved first. He makes it look easy. And that's the scary part. He was made for this.
It's not about losing to him. It's about arriving at him.
I can't believe it. Oh, he stopped. Beautiful work there from Zywoo. It is ridiculous.
Zywoo doesn't need the help. Nails every single shot. Right here, right now on Mirage. Oh my God. Zywoo knows he's gonna fight right here, right now.
The most efficient player in Counter-Strike history. No wasted ammo, no wasted movements.
Where there's a chance, there's Zywoo.
If you try to, I will catch you.
Oh, what could have been had Vitality not been able to make that comeback, but it's just been a brutal beating of NAVI ever since. It's high hope at times, but a soul-crushing third map so far.
Feels like we're just delaying the inevitable at this point, unless NAVI can respond, but they've just gone through it in this series. So close to picking up both of the first two maps, but not closing out means they've left themselves in an absolutely tragic situation. Massive deficit, huge comeback to take place, and even if they win, they'd have to win the next two maps. A reverse sweep in a best-of-5 series has only happened twice before in history. And it's not been in a circumstance like this. Certainly not to Vitality.
There's no reason to fear if you're Vitality in this too, so watch for them to just play with total confidence to try to put this one on ice.
And Ropsy's just in grand finals mode. He knows exactly where he can push. Imma's coming to watch him, but he has a better crosshair placement. Imma thought he was baiting him, but that was the opposite.
Yep. Thought he had that edge. Mezzi tagged down low, does open up the possibility of taking over middle. Makaze wants to be that jackknife to open this portion of the map.
And we've got Rops pulling the goalie, just as he's starting to leave this position, playing outside the site. He's ready to go in for this flank. Apex will hear everything. First shot's perfect. Trade is also.
Apex keeps it clean, delays that follow through, waiting for the long player to come and join forces, and that's where Apex decides to try to take his next duel, but we'll put Rops in the clutch. That wonderful bomb on site already. Rops just wants to run it down. Oh, he got away with the first. You gave him a chance at this, and he will not let Vitality down.
Oh, now Apex is on his feet. Up until this moment, it was him getting and denying bigger clutches. 1v3s, 1v2 attempts out of NAVI. Well, now he gets his own 1v2.
We talked about how 4v5s don't matter, how opening chances get stolen back, and in this one, Rob sectioning off the duels. Wonderful thinking he could go to the top box for the high angle. Rob so ready, and it is now Apex to add salt to the wound.
No kidding. Wants to kick them while they're down. Guarantee this thing. Knows that the job isn't finished. Apex with another good angle. Bit gets away on that trade. No damage to him. They're all taking aggressive off angle towards this. Bit, oh, pieces up Apex. Nicely done. That newfound M4. And Flames, he's looking real lonely. They don't have a molly, though, so it's kind of a good spot to be in, to be honest.
See how he pops up and just how wide he swings. Could damn well catch him off. Yeah, oh, it's perfect the way he repositioned. Good damage on these two other players, and also to just stall out that bomb for a second. Mezzi looking to get frisky, exits through that gap. Not a pretty smoke, and Mezzi's looking to punish for it. Insta headshot on Alexi. And Rob's still yet to get into the action, looking to double up towards spawn. As Bit, you can see the nervousness, just looking to keep his head down.
Doesn't know where they could be coming from, and they can jump up, and Imma is not right here.
This is a no-kit retake coming through for Vitality. Oh,
come on.
Jumping Famas after that clinical headshot. Now Ema versus Robs, and Robs is going to get the better of him. No kit, no problem. Still jumps on top of that one with, I believe, enough time.
Yeah, he's excited about it.
Yes,
he gets
sir.
that defuse in, and it's another clutch for Robs. No clutches before this grand final started. I think he's already up to 6.
The first 4 clutches of this game were all Navis, and we were thinking that's the kind of X factor that they're going to weaponize to win tonight. At the very least, that first map. Everything since has been a total denial. And so whether you like it or not, Fort Worth, you are stuck here basking in the greatness that is Team Vitality. It is endless hard work and dedication to become legends of this status.
Now he's at 2nd place in clutches for the event. It's just a grand finals merchant, this Robs fella. 17-7 here on Dust 2. His Vitality are on championship point. Galil's to defend against this to support Bits 1 AK. And Apex in an ungodly position to be at 120. They'll never find him here. He knows it won't be a cat play. He doesn't hear anything towards the top of mid. Everybody is ready for this defense. They're lining the walls.
To have rolled out of bed and thought that you had hope, to be what's technically the 2nd best team in the world, and to still feel the wrath of Vitality.
What?
Back turns to Apex. Well,
wait a second. No, they might cancel this now because they see him in such a crazy spot. The bomb's starting to run back.
Catwalk is the right call. They find the gap to try to keep this game alive. Zywoo looks to cut off the mid player, does so successfully. Bit playing with 8 points of health, but everybody does emerge from this cap push. And curiously, this is another no-kit retake coming through for Vitality. Oh, the worst thing you could do is give Navi hope.
Yeah, that's not comfortable. That was just a little weird. Obviously, Apex had they had no idea that he was here. They were coming in to clear long. They were walking out of tunnels. And that timing just works out perfectly. A little gift here for NAVI. They're about to get crushed on a B play. Still at risk of losing a lot, actually, and you know, winning would be one thing, but they already had Galil, so you don't want this to get more expensive.
Grab some guns and you hang on to the hope. The slimmest bit of hope you could possibly think of to keep you in a best of 5 down this badly.
That's nuts.
That's that moment where Apex could have just put all of this to its end.
Just started to get bored up there at that point in the round.
No clutches in the rest of the event, 7 clutches in the grand final. Nobody other than Robs could pull off something like that.
Just takes a lot to get this guy going. Has to be the grand finals.
Oh, you could have just killed them last round, Apex. Now you're going to hit him with the shotgun.
Just don't end it on this one.
When in Texas, little shoulder peek from Akaze keeps him alive versus the Mag 7, but that will activate Robs on the other side of tunnels.
Not the Robs 5-7. Enough 5-7 kills, please.
That's an upgrade looking juicy. E-Man tries to clear the corner, will do so. So damage on 2, but Navi in a comfortable 5 versus 3 nonetheless.
Is there any chance they make the wrong move here? I don't see how they could. 3 players over on the A side, dead silent. I mean, this actually might be a bit of a bait. I mean, Apex and Robs were going for the push. B players are over here. Is he ready on this car position? Zaiwu playing flex. Are they going to let him in? As the exec comes forward. Yeah, they are going to run towards A. And they get clipped off.
No way.
Oh, no, it's possible. The bomb. It's starting to get hunted. It has to go back through tunnels.
Look how fast they scramble for the mid play, right? They don't want to cut this off. Tunnels would be the safer bet, but they're going to blast this open. Bomb almost exposed. Mezzi still knows what you were getting up to. Flamesy strike from middle
with this duel.
Onto the bomb, and Vitality chase you down. Alexi, he just wants to play. He wants out of this nightmare, because it's what it's been throughout this grand finals. Crushing defeat over Navi. Still the all-elusive map win. You cannot touch this Vitality,
No!
and they will end it on this round of all rounds. You try to make your move out catwalk, and instead it's Vitality again.
3v5, and they pull this out. In this grand finals, another one in the cabinet. And when you're in the middle of the era, it feels hopeless. It feels like you can see the future. Why even watch the match? But one day when you look back at this Vitality, the records they set, the peaks they showed us,